goal apiece with nearly 5 minutes played of the first term.
Well, Hughes just so rarely misses, does he? I'm not sure of the exact figures, but he'll be kicking around somewhere 75–80%. He's just such a reliable set shot for goal, and we saw that again there.
What took me on that occasion was the ease in which Hughes got it on the lead. He just looked so comfortable in clasping, and a great pair of hands, particularly on the lead.
It just looks balanced. You're right, Tender. As he's approaching the ball, he really just makes it. It's a big presence. It's a big punch.
That's where we'll see the great battle today through the great midfields, and who can supply enough quality ball into their forward half. Here we go again. Hunter. Pettit goes high that time. Brewer, though, is there for Redlands. Kicks it up. Rogerson couldn't take it. Coper mops up. Aaron Handel gets it up to Williams. Scrubby kick up forward, but he's looking for his target and Hughes. Can give it over the top to Rogerson. Dave pursues, trying to corral him. Zufa's there as the ball came around, just keeps it underneath them, inside the boundary. Dave dispossessed, Rees has got it. He can go backward and find Stephen, a clever little kick, and he'll kick it from 35 metres, almost directly in front of goal.
And it wasn't a great kick from Williams coming inside 50, but we just saw how much separation Hughes got again. Hutchinson's going to really have to tighten up. You can't get in that much space. The last game they played here had 5 goals kicked on, 4 goals I think kicked on in the last quarter, which nearly turned the match the opposite way. So he's, as I said, he's going to tighten up there.
So the man with 2 first names, Damien Stephen, kicks from 40, looks good off the boot. The goal umpire agrees, and Redlands, that's 2 in a row, 2 quick ones. So terrific work from Redlands to gain a little bit of ascendancy and use that breeze quite intelligently.
After that first goal kick, they seem to have really carried on from where they left off against Southport last week. They finished the game really strongly, and it seems to have transferred back into the other side of the game.
Yeah, it was a real arm wrestle last week with Redland versus Southport. As you say, in the last term, they really turned their game around, took the game on, took some more risks, and that really sort of paid benefits for them. I hope they continue in that run today.
And of course, the winner of this game today, there's a big prize on the end of this, because they will shoot a game clear of the other and really put themselves in contention for 2nd and 3rd place.
Rough contest. We'll give that one to Aspley. Brewer overruns it for Redland, fighting for it on the ground again now. It's tapped out wide, scrubbed forward by the Bombers. Scott goes for it. Smith now gets it for Aspley. The handle back to Payne, who weaves back onto the left foot. Juggling effort there. Nice work from Reese Floyd. Will you take it inside the boundary? Yes. He wants to play on and move it quickly. It's an open forward line. Probably overcooked the kick. Set up for the Redland defence. A nice defensive mark taken by Tyler Jones.
Find him!
Jones looking for options. Just gives it off to Scott.
Hold ticks, hold ticks, hold ticks!
Now to Rogerson, or Stephen I should say. Finds short and gets Brewer. Very noticeable by that flame of red hair. He comes straight down the line. Overcooks it, the pack, and it is Ryan Thompson at the back. Plenty of room to move. Provides the Shepherd his day, gives him a little bit of space. Now he goes off, looking for Stanley, just disposed of his opponent, and takes a mark. He goes quickly, Pfeiffer, and Sandsbury, and very beautifully taken. Good body positioning. Pfeiffer actually turned his back on his opponent, and Sandsbury took real advantage in terms of the way he just absolutely out-muscled it.
Really good job today.
Comes in and shoots it, and level pegging we go again, and that's the 2nd for Eddie Sandsbury and the 2nd for the Hornets.
Well, there's just really good body weight there from Eddie Sandsbury. You'd probably say Pfeiffer was thinking with the wind going against him, take up front spot, but just the way he was able to work him under the ball. No hands in the back and took a real nice mark. But we just saw Brewer did really well across half back to win the free kick, but then just another wasteful kick. Warwick had big numbers this year and he's become a really important clearance player. Just that one side of his game, his disposal, still lets him down on occasion.
So 9 minutes gone of the first term here at Graham Road at Aspley. It's round 17 of Nearful TV. You've got the Aspley Hornets at home for the Redland Bombers. 4th plays 5th, so there's a lot on the line in the run into the finals here. 2 goals straight apiece. You have Turner up in the ruck against Andrew Smith. Smith gets it to the foot, scrubs it forward, bounces kindly for Rogerson, handball back to Brewer. They run it nicely now, the Bombers. Big kick there from Thompson. Oh, Wynn uses the wind delightfully. Just off a couple of steps and bang. That was just like a well-timed cricket shot over the fence, wasn't it? So 3 straight to the Bombers, 2 straight to the Hornets.
Yeah, just a fantastic reply from Redland there. Straight from the centre, got the clearance, and great handball from Brewer there just to set him up.
I was going to say, he just made you eat your words that he hasn't used the ball real well, but that was a very intelligent handball to put Thompson in beautiful amount of space, and Thompson could take full benefit from it.
Absolutely. Some of the disposal, 5 straight goals we've seen today, so both sides on target.
5 goals in 10 minutes, and if this is anything to go by, it's going to be an exciting contest all afternoon. So welcome to all those with us on Neefle TV. So Hunter and Turner. Hunter just tried to take the space. Here's Godfrey, he'll mop it up. Or will he? A fair bit of trouble there. Scott back to Godfrey, runs into trouble again. It was Payne who was in there. Hunter's working hard in amongst there. Smith tackling. That's the Aspley Smith. We've got a whole stack of Smiths out there today. So we will see a bounce down or a ball up at centre half forward for Aspley.
So Turner took the front position. Hunter buffeted him out and got a nice tap out. Brewer overran the ball. Bombers still fighting for it. Cass overruns it. Picked up there by Scott. Handball back out. Long kick down the line. Now, umpire has declared that it was down the field, that the Redland player was dealt with after he got rid of the ball. So the Bombers have the ball, and they continue down the outer side of the ground with Landry. Landry into the man on the mark in Lucy. Well marked. Gavin Gross follows the ball over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in front of the light tower. Still 3 straight, place 2 straight with 11 minutes gone of the first term.
I didn't mind Landry's game last week. He kicked into the man on the mark on that occasion, but he's shown himself to be a very hard worker.
Can move smoothly too, Landry. Give that one to Turner. Nice third man up action there from Zufa. Got the ball down for the Bombers there. Attempts his pass. Tries to get the handball through. High tackle there. Will be a free kick for the Redland Bombers. It was Big Jed Turner who took his opponent high. Adrian Williams back into the side this week. 45 metres out. What's your form line with Williams kicking there, Leah?
I haven't seen too much of him kick the goal. Actually, he spent most of the year in defence, and there's a pinch hitter in the rush. But, so it'll be interesting to see where this one ends up.
So this one to extend Redland's lead. They lead by a straight goal at the minute. Got right under that, and it's dead straight as well. With that wind, I reckon it's just a nice little assist. If you can get it up into the sweet spot, it's a handy thing. So the Bombers 4 straight, and the Hornets 2 straight.
He came off a big run, didn't he? And he looked like he absolutely unloaded on it, but it was a ripping kick for what we know is to be a defender.
Well, just dead straight off the boot, as you both mentioned, a fantastic kick for goal. And just while they've got the wind early, they really need to make the most of it, Redlands. And so far they are. They've kicked away to a 2-goal lead. And it's been a pretty open game of footy so far.
It'll be interesting that matchup actually, Gavin Gross against Williams, because I mean Williams is a big body player and will present a presence, and there's something they probably missed actually through their half forward line last week. Ball in the middle again. Give that one to Turner with a bit of momentum behind it. Wrapped up is Matthews. Coughs it up. Rees and Pfeiffer around the contest. Little Daniel Smith for Aspley just hunting. Now Redland will bring it up. It was Hunter that gets a kick forward. Williams is there. Day intercepts for Aspley. Zufa hot in pursuit. Gross gives it off to Lucy, who in turn just belts it high. Hunter's underneath it, can't take it. Here's Scott, off to Rees, off to Pasfield, a little bit of space, and can they use it now? They go down the line, and looked like it almost was a push there. Pettit there, well wrapped up by Thompson. Good defensive work there. We've got a couple of Thompson there. That was the Matt Thompson as opposed to Ryan Thompson for Aspley. So bounce at right in front of the Aspley coach's box.
Really good second effort, wasn't it, after he held off 2 in the contest.
There's Williams, goes at the ball. He's held, ball held to him. The umpire says he'll ball it up. Some good hard tackling at the minute. Game befitting the 4th versus 5th contest in round 17. Pass now for the Bombers, kicks it inside 50. Day with the fist over the back of him. Now Hutchison overruns it. Good work there by Thompson against Fury's, but the ball spills for Redland. Cass off a step, hooks it around, bounces into the pocket. We're looking at Estill running towards the ball, picks it up, Copeland on his hammer, and Copeland does enough to worry him out of it. Get him over the boundary line, we'll have a throw in the left forward pocket.
And Estill another in for Redland, so that'll be interesting to see how he goes. Obviously he dropped last week and had a good game in the Quaffle and he's back straight away.
So Rogerson goes over the top. He was the third man up. Gross just can't quite take it cleanly, but Williams was hot in pursuit. Forces the turnover. This is with Salter. He kicks for goal and puts another one on.
Well, it wasn't as good a finish as the two preceding. Looked like it might have been one of the old shin moments, but did the job, just curled back nicely on the breeze, and that's 5 straight for Redland. They've been super active to start the game.
It's Adrian Williams leading the field with some claret coming from the nose and mouth area.
And that was probably as a result of putting that pressure on Gross, and I think we could almost put that goal down to the big fella there in Williams. He just provided enough pressure for Gross to butcher the ball out to Salter, and the rest was elementary, my dear Watson.
And when you've got a couple of goals in the breeze, maybe a goal or two in the breeze, and you've got 5 straight after 15 minutes, you'd be feeling good.
Talking, boys, be talking!
First term, Redland's feeling exactly that at the moment. Tap down. Could have been in the back to Reeves, nothing doing. Now Cast picks it up, he belts it forward. Copeland's going to be in the right place at the right time, takes the mark. He'll want to get to the races, picks it out to the outer side. You can raffle it between Pettit and then Lucy. He'll get the ball off Pettit, gets back inboard, wants to hit a man in the corridor, misses in, but Henry Joyce backs up. Gets tackled, back to Matthews. Now left foot into the forward line. Willoughby Adam Hughes going for the ball, picks it up, handball back now. It's with Wagner. Wagner under pressure from Brewer, tries to measure a pass to Smith. Just a little bit of pressure. And over the boundary line, we'll get a throw in right left half forward. Probably could have just spent a little longer there. A lot of heat on in this game, isn't there?
Couldn't quite hit their target successfully through the middle of the ground, Aspley as well. The ball back, so Pettit and Hunter. The ball, we will have another throw in, almost from an identical position.
Coming off the bye last week, a good time to actually probably get a couple of blokes cherry right for the game, but that week off can work in 2 ways.
Well, they've had 2 byes actually in the last 5 games, I think, so just getting a bit of continuity back in the play hasn't really affected them so far.
So Pettit, he got over the back, but Salter interjected. The ball's in dispute now. Here is a prolific one. In pain, he couldn't get it on that occasion. Estill gets to him, still manages to get a handball away. That's Tickner, who can put inside forward 50. Lucy coming out to meet it. Smith tries to barge through. Now the turnover comes. Reeves just trying to work it through. Off to Landry it was. Back to Howard. Howard wrapped up Estill by Turner. He says, I'll pick you up and you aren't going anywhere, and we will have a ball up on the point of the centre square. Half forward for Aspley.
Aspley be looking for this as Hunter gets it down for Redland to Estill. He gets the kick away as being tackled. Gross flies. A good contest between he and Passfield, and you'd have to pay that amount. Umpire says neither. Oh look, that was a great contest between those 2 players, no doubt about it.
Probably fair enough from the umpire there, both had a piece of it.
The old jump ball from basketball there, both players with good purchase. So Turner versus Hunter. Give that one to Turner. Jagged forward by Howard for Redland. Ball hits the deck now. Estill handball into the run of Cass. He's tackled by Stiller. Gets the handball away still, so Redland's still alive. Estill measures it to Hughes in the back. Umpire sees it. That'll do. And a hand there, an errant hand from Hutchinson, so Cleve Hughes will take the free kick 25 metres out on a tight angle.
And Reece Estill playing much further up the ground than we've seen him in previous weeks. He started the game really well. He's had a couple of good involvements in close and delivered it pretty nicely there for Hughes, who was just nudged out by Hutchinson.
And a couple of good handballs in tight from Redlands there. They're under pressure and were just able to find the right spot, weren't they?
Just that comeback last week, again against Southport, it was a really good effort in the last quarter. They've got that belief that under pressure they can pull it off. So Cleve Hughes scored the first goal of the game for Redland. Will come in, he starts it right and just starts it too far right. So the first blemish on the scoreboard for the Bombers, 5-1-31, plays Aspley 2 straight 12 with 19 minutes gone of the first term.
Bushy Copeland with the ball and bring it back in. Oh, I saw it for a moment, there's a little bit of pressure there. Got it to Toy though. Damien Stephen was the man from Redland breathing down Toy's neck. The most playful with Toy. Toy kicks it very wide, in fact too wide, and it'll be Estill that can bring it back in and reload for Redland. So 19.5 minutes gone, the margin is 19 points. Off towards Brewer, Probably gave one away for mine, but the umpire says play on. This is Thompson for Aspley. Ryan Thompson just bangs it up towards centre wing. Leading the race there was Andrew Scott. The ball bounces not in his favour, but Redland come away with it anyway. Here's Landry, goes over the top, has Godfrey, off towards Cars, overcooked it though, and Aspley will bring it away, and this is French off to Hughes.
Hughes just turns onto the right foot, kicks it to half forward, looking for Stanley. Good spoiling effort there. Oh, well done by Andrew Smith. Got the ball over for the Bombers. With Jones. Jones now to Stephen. Stephen back to Cars. Goes to 1-2. Belted by Stanley was Phil Cars, who's still down in front of the commentary box here. Quentin French runs with it for Aspley. Broaches the 50-metre mark. The handball to Holman. Under pressure. He's looking for Sainsbury. Gets rid of his man again. Just great body work from Eddie Sainsbury. You put him in that position, he will knock you out of the way and take the mark, no doubt.
Well, it seems Andrew Scott's come back in the side to get the job on Eddie Sainsbury. He spent most of the season in the midfield and just a couple of times Sainsbury, just with the clever body work. That's the third mark he's taken inside 50.
So Eddie Sainsbury waltzes in and kicks his and Aspley's third goal. Definitely needed. 21 minutes gone, 5-1-31 to the Bombers and 3 straight now to the Hornets.
And Ken, you touched on how good Redlands were with some of those in-close handballs before, but just on the wing here we saw Cast put a handball in behind his runner, and it led, obviously the turnover led to a mark and goal down the other end. And he copped a bit of punishment too for
just a little
handball.
Yes.
Well, what we are seeing is if you can't hit your targets, you're going to be made to pay. And that's the growing nature and beauty and quality of the NEFL competition these days. You know, seeing a more skillful, fit, vibrant and effusive group of players out there. So Smith goes high for Redlands, Payne's underneath it. It's Smith, Andrew Smith, he wraps him up, and we will have another bounce right in the centre circle here at Graham Road. Approaching 22 minutes gone, a 13-point lead to Redlands. A Shepherd call, and we will have Smith of the Andrew varietal kick it up to half forward. Overrunning it there with Zufa. Day's there with him. Clever work there by Day. Gets it off to his teammate and Thompson. Thompson goes by number. 1 to 2, back to 1. Ascending, descending. Now Thompson goes down the line. Long. Howard gives it quickly off. Cleverly to Salter. Here's Brewer. Can he use it? It went over the top, but almost fortuitously now. Here's Godfrey, gets rid of his opponent there. Goes up towards a big target, and Hughes goes, looks to give it off there. Can't quite work it through. Now they come. Here is Toy, and Gross should be able to clear it for the for the Hornets.
So that's the luckiest bounce in the world for Ryan Holman. He wheels back onto his left, has time to get back onto the right. Didn't hit the target with the handball, but Payne made it look better. Turner receives from Payne, gets rid of the handball, Asian under pressure, back to Shane Skiller. On the left, Jew now, looking for Nellis at the back. Oh, he just got in front of Pfeiffer, couldn't control it though. French, back to Hughes. Hughes long, in the Sainsbury direction, he's out of position. Oh, the ball bounces nicely, still got rid of his opponent. How did he do that? Salter towed it forward and got it over the boundary line for a throw in Eddie Sainsbury. He must have cooking oil on it.
Well, that's one matchup that seriously going to have to look at. He's just gotten away from Scott a couple of times.
And they're certainly looking to isolate him down there. Ball back in, Hunter and Pettit. Won't give that to anybody, but coming through nicely is Howard. Salter, Thompson from Aspley met him. Now Reeves mops up. Brewer goes with the long one. Only back to Ryan Thompson of Aspley, who's set upon by Howard. And another Redland opponent who pushed him in the back, and it'll be Ryan Thompson who takes the kick. Goes up inside forward 50. Coming across beautifully was Hunter, and he takes a great defensive mark, and he will relieve for the Bombers.
Yeah, great stuff there from the big man coming back, filling the hole and putting his body on the line as well. That's comfortable.
Wasn't even rewarded. He got given the high tackle, not the mark.
The theatre there. Oh, that's a dodgy kick. It's going to miss Hunter. He puts on the big bump. Oh, French did beautifully wear that bump. Then get the handball back to Payne. Threw it onto his boot and kicks the goal for Aspley. They'd be loving that with 24 and a half minutes gone, 5-1-31 to Redland to 4 straight for Aspley.
Well, it's just great finish from that Payne. He's had a sensational season. The Nickel MVP voting now under up. He's a clear leader so it'll be interesting to see if he holds on over the last 4 games of the season.
And it goes to show you that you give a competition a wrap and then Andrew Scott comes in and just absolutely butchers a kick to provide an opportunity for Aspley to get a goal and push it back to the margin to 7 points.
But you are right, Ken. It is a great example of how much this competition, the skill level and the class has improved with the amount of, turnover potential.
Closing stages, first quarter here, round 17, crucial clash. Great tap there by Pettit. Matthews to Lucy. Just only can really just push it forward quickly. Big collision between the two small men there in Howard and Smith. Trying to come through there with Hughes. Plenty of pressure around the contest and it goes out of bounds right in front of the Meatball TV commentary position.
Again, good physical effort there from Brad Howard for the Bombers. Ball over the line. Pettit cuts it forward for Aspley. Pass field, tackled into the ground. He's getting the ball out of there very quickly. The umpire will ball it up. As Passfield and Daniel Smith untangled themselves. Right in front of you to change gates. Go up there, Hunter over the back, taps it forward. Holman gets there first for Aspley. Tackle gets the ball away. Skiller. Matthews now. Handball as he falls to Holman. But it's towed over the line by Damien Stevens. With an arm wrestle in the last minute or so. It's only 7 points from margin. I think Aspley kicking against that win would be enjoying at this stage. Australian Turner, but Hunter over the back, flats it forward. Holman. Little tight hand ball to Matthews. He couldn't hold on to it. Pass, put himself in. He loses it. Now Stiller under pressure. Ball stuck under him in the middle of the ground. We've moved about 15 metres towards the middle, and that's about it, Kanga.
A bit of an arm wrestle at the moment after such an open start to the game.
So up it goes again. No real clear winner. Attract the crowd. Rent the crowd. Again, and they come in. Ball up again. Hunter and Turner. Give that one to Hunter. Joyce, well wrapped up. Turner has a bit of room. Gets on his faded left. Goes inside forward 50. Off towards Pettit, who just got rid of Pfeiffer. Off to the man of the moment, Sansbury. It rolls to the near side. And Sansbury could have made it 4 for the quarter. As we see Redland bring it back in. And this is Scott. And he gets it down towards Hunter, off towards Reed, just palms off Matthews. Handball wasn't quite a good one to Pfeiffer, who was good last week. Not so good on this occasion, gets it to Tickner, and they were relieved as finds Joyce in the middle of the ground.
Joyce just put the skates on, looks to the leader, Sansbury, gets rid of his man. Could have been a push, nothing doing. Sansbury recovers, kicks it long towards the square. Pettit just put the body work in, plays on the big fella. And kicks a goal to tie it up at the 28-minute mark of the first term.
They just got the mismatch there, didn't they? Pettit over the top of Harfield there was always in the box seat with the extra height. And Aspley now level the score, kicking against the breeze, so it's been a really good comeback from them.
It's just good body work again, which is a legal body work game for Sansbury, but to work his opponent off the ball once again and just open the pass up for the ball to go forward, and Pettit was able to take
and they have made that change on Sansbury. Andrew Scott's actually been replaced by his brother Luke, so now we'll see if he can tighten up and start to control the influence of Sansbury currently going on.
Good bounce by the umpire. Hunter got high. Stephen couldn't take it, but Matthews could. Off to Joyce. Just evades some tackles off to Wagner. Gets on his favoured left and finds a nice kick on this near side of the ground and finds Hughes. Hughes plays on quickly. Good kick inside forward 50 and finds the goal kicker, the previous goal kicker in Pettit.
Absolutely brilliant. Followed him amongst traffic. He didn't even have to break stride. The big fella as he hit him on the chest.
The score's tied up here, and an unlikely lead will go to Aspley if he can hit the scoreboard. Went close to the man on the mark. It might fall short this one, and Hunter just rushes it through. And Aspley will take a lead. but the Salisbury behind, 32 playing 31. The kick-in was dangerous, nearly intercepted by Daniel Smith, and now the ball back in the middle of the ground, and Tickner gives a free kick away, and it will be Rogerson who can take it right in the middle of the ground.
So Luke Rogerson also back in the side this week for Redland. For a dinky little ball, finds Josh Smith. And dinky, in fact, the umpire said not 15, play on. Salter puts it inside 50, ill-directed, over the head of both Cleesius and his opponent, Michael Hutchinson, and the ball over the boundary line. We've got a throw in front of the scoreboard, which reads Aspley leading by a point with 30 minutes gone in the first term. If you're kicking against a couple of goals free, that's a handy team, Liam.
Certainly is. But I would probably expect a bit of a longer quarter than 10 goals kicked, so really important for Redland to just get their noses in front and kicking with the speed.
Throw in, headed over the back, could have got rid of Williams there. Cut, picks it up for Redland, now Payne through traffic, the handball to French, and that'll wrap it up. So Aspley will take that 1 point lead in at quarter time. We wouldn't have thought that. They've kicked 2 goals too in the last 5 or 6 minutes there, so it's sort of put it in their favour, but that was a ripping first quarter to start a game called versus Pitt, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. It was highly entertaining. The ball moved up and down the ground. We thought Redland would get away with the benefit of the breeze, and Aspley fought back and came back very hard.
Well, we'll look forward. Sorry, Liam, you go first.
Sorry, and just aside from the 1 point lead, you'd probably say Hornets are in the contest just in terms of their kicking against what we think is maybe a 2-goal breeze, and to win the quarter they've done a sensational job.
Well, what we will see is if Aspley can take use of that breeze in the second quarter, it is 1 point the lead to the Hornets at quarter time. Here at Graham Road, this is Neutral TV, around 17, and we will see you after the break.
Welcome back to Nearful TV round 17. Aspley versus the Redland Bombers. Michael Price and Mark Kennedy calling all your action, and Liam Dettering, Nearful journalist, with your special comments. And Aspley leading by a point at quarter time as Redland get the first clearance. Cast barrels it forward. It's picked up by Copeland for Aspley. Kicks it straight back down the corridor. Leading Nellis to the ball was Jones. Tackled high, in fact, umpire calls. And Phil Cass will get the free kick in the middle of the ground. He's got Brewer running for him, but Cass finds his man there in Brad Reese.
So Reese right in the middle of the ground. Plenty of players push back here for the Hornets. Goes short, and very short, in fact, into the man on the mark, which is Payne. He just kicks it with his left. He wasn't looking necessarily for Nellis, but he found him. I think he was looking for the runner in Joyce. He can go inside forward 50 quickly. Pushing back there underneath the contest was Scott. Now they will clear. Here's Howard. Goes to Brewer. Off the Cars, under pressure, wrapped up by Payne. Manages to get the handball away. Matthews off to Holman, and Holman kicks it off to Joyce, and Joyce can go inside forward 50 and finish off beautifully for the first goal of the second quarter. So Aspley extend their lead to 7 points, or 1.5 minutes gone in this second quarter.
And Joyce is just someone who's got better and better for Aspley as the season's gone along. Played for Morningside last year and came to the Aspley side. I think the first couple of games he played in a real defensive role, but they've released him to good effect, and certainly he's one that's become very important as a midfield link for the Hornets.
Well, they've got a 7-point lead now. Great way to start the second term for Aspley, and they're kicking with the wind, with going to the right of screen. Graham Road, Aspley, about 20 degrees today, just that little fresh breeze. Beautiful day for football. Pettit and Hunter, actually, give that one to Hunter. The ball fell at their feet though, and as a pack of players descend on it, we'll get a ball up just to the side of the centre square where we started. The sun poking out now. There is the threat of some storms later on in the day, hopefully after the game would be handy. Free kick's been pulled out there. It'll go to Hunter for Redland. Now Cass ran across the mark and got tackled. Could have been Ping for holding the ball. Matthews did well. Handball over to Holman. Holman spots his teammate out wide, and they're going to move it inside 50 quickly, Aspley. It's French at the back, and Nellis couldn't quite drag the ball in. Redland players put themselves in. This is good work defensively. It's going to be Pfeiffer taking the ball over with Landry, and we'll have a throw-in in front of the change room.
Well, it was another terrific kick inside 50 from Hughes, and Nellis probably should have done better to get on the end of that.
So ball back in the middle. Turner and Hunter. Hunter give that one to him. Here's Landry, well wrapped up there by Smith of Aspley. And we will have a ball up. So good defensive pressure from the Aspley forwards, keeping it very much in the danger zone as far as Redland are concerned. Ball up again. Landry gets it. Smith, he bustled off this time, but a high tackle. Just tried to get on him like a jockey on a horse. And that's gone to Brewer. And that is actually out of bounds on the full, I think we'll find.
Yeah, you might have been blinded. The boundary umpire just that was obscured from view.
Well, we had the perfect view up here.
So French goes in with the kick and finds Nellis on the lead. And again, a skill error resulting in a shot at goal for the Aspley Hornets.
They seem to have a few more weapons, Aspley, when they get their game moving quickly. Nellis and Sainsbury up forward.
So James Nellis comes in, very deliberate approach. He'll kick from about 40. Starts it left, it comes, I was going to say it's coming around, but it isn't. It's just to the near side, and another blemish to the scoreboard. So 4 minutes gone now, and Aspley lead by 8 points.
So Redland to bring the ball back in with Darren Pfeiffer. He decided to play on. Now he's got a problem. He's got Toy on his hammock. Kicks the ball long, finds Cass. So the co-captain for the Bombers, Phil Cass, gestures that he's going to go long, and he does so down the line. Big contest of players over the back. Wagner punches it forward. Scrubbed forward now by the Hornets. They're going to get it through French. French back into traffic. Gets a handball over the top. It's back to Wagner. Long inside 50. Big contest. punched away over the boundary line for a throw-in left forward pocket. You've got Aspley leading by 8 points.
And just a great defensive spoil from Smith there. Really killed the contest, got the ball over the line. Now they can reset and look to get it outside of their defensive 50.
Ball back. Hunter just went to the back of the contest there. Looked like Reeves was pushed. Here's Toy, gets it off to Payne. Left foot, snap is a beauty. So Payne leading the NEFL MVP, and that's one of the reasons why, because he is dangerous around goals and he's dangerous all around the ground. And that's his second for the day. One in the first and now one in the second.
It's a complete breakdown of the defensive stoppage. How could you let a guy like Matthew Payne get forward of a stoppage in the forward 50 like that? Just gave him way too much space, and someone like him is always going to finish off a chance like that.
Classy footballer, just racks up possessions, but as you say, Kanga very rarely wastes them. His efficiency must be right up there. So they've got 14 points to margin now. Aspley leading Redland Bombers here with 6 minutes gone of the second term on NEFL TV.
We did talk about Redland held a 19-point lead in the first quarter, only to be headed at quarter time.
Big last part of the quarter for Aspley in the first term as Brewer comes away for Redland on the left foot, kicks it inside 50. Good contest there. Copeland punches the ball down. It's going to be picked up there by Thompson. It is for Redland. And now Payne tackles, he gets rid of it. Wagner can't control it. Fighting for the ball now. Williams puts himself in. Could have caught one high and did so. Umpire calls it as the free kick. It'll go against Gross and or Wagner. And so you've got Adrian Williams back in the side this week for Redland. Handy inclusion. Gets to the 50. Scrubs it forward. That's just helicoptered its way away from Turner and fallen into the guts of Cleve Hughes. That's the best way I can describe it.
Well, a bit of miscommunication perhaps, because it looked like Turner was going to get back to chop it off, and I couldn't quite see if it was Day or Hutchinson down there, just sagged off, and Hughes took the simplest of marks in front.
So Cleve Hughes, he's kicked one today, waltzes in and hits the post. No,
hit the back
post behind the post. Oh, I've got to get my eyes checked there, Liam. Thank you for that.
It wasn't a great kick though, it really helicoptered off the boot, but did the job.
So Cleve Hughes gets the goal that Redland really needed in this term. 7-3-45 to Aspley to 6-1-37 to Redland.
Game of surges, almost, isn't it? Aspley looked in control in the first part of this second quarter, and certainly for the latter part of the first. And here we see Redland go forward and are able to put one on the board, what would appear to be against the run of play.
Wind seems to have died down a little, still favouring that right of screen.
Interestingly enough, as the cameras will see, the flags in the background of this centre bounce, not really fluttering too high. So getting up high there was Turner, getting it out there. What unusual suspect is Payne. He got there. Hughes to Lucy, puts Joyce under pressure. That's Salt who's got him wrapped up. Looked like he'd done the 360. Here's Turner on the left. Goes up towards a target. Good fist in there from Pfeiffer. Scott just couldn't quite control it. Coming in there to meet it is Smith. Off to Salter and off towards Stephen. Can't quite bounce. Here's Payne again. I think he's had 3 possessions since his centre bounce. Matthews has it. Gets it off to Joyce. Gives it off to Lucy. He's got to be quick, and he is. Here's Matthews again. The chain of handballs ends with Joyce. Joyce gets around. Rogerson goes for goal. And that is a decisive blow for his second of the afternoon.
And I just think there was a bit in that passage of play that really highlighted the difference between the two teams. Aspley's midfield is just working so much harder than Redland's at the moment. After Payne dished off that handball, he sprinted forward to get involved in the next passage, and he had Stephen just walking behind him. So I just think Redland need to lift their intensity a bit around the midfield, because Aspley's really got on top in this second quarter.
Yeah, second goal this quarter for Henry Joyce. Just really adjusted nicely there, and really wanted to use his right foot. Adjusted nicely and just put it through. So after 9 minutes of play in the second term, you've got Aspley back out to a 14-point margin here at Graham Road. And Michael Price and Mark Kennedy calling all of your action today, with NEFL journalist Liam Dettering supplying the special comments. Umpire bangs it down in the middle. Turner, big fist towards half forward. Bounces kindly for the Redland defence. It's picked up there by Scott. Taken out towards Godfrey. Has the ball punched away from him by Thompson, who follows up, and Smith leads in the charge. Bats the ball forward, controls it, and then paddles the ball forward. Hughes takes the mark. He's 45 metres out. He'll have to kick it from outside 50, but could be with, well, you're hearing it from the Aspley coach, and John Blair is saying have a shot, reckons he's got it. So this would be a handy 20-point lead if he can put this through. Adam Hughes goes the short pass, though. He goes to the regular contributor, Eddie Sainsbury. He just presents and presents and presents. He's already kicked 3 and he could put through his 4th. It's only 25 metres out.
But, so just no one from Redland standing in the space. They just left that massive channel for him to run into, and another lack of defensive accountability from Redlands leads to a shot at goal.
They heard the voice of Coach John Blair bellowing out, and they were assured he was having a shot. So Sainsbury leans back, puts it over the goal umpire's head for his 4th goal of the day. Eddie Sainsbury putting his stamp on this game as Aspley take a 20-point lead. 57 plays 37.
Liam might be more well versed in terms of the stats for this season, but I think here we are early in the second quarter, and Sainsbury has got 4. I think 5 is his highest for the year so far. Would that be?
He kicked a 7.
He kicked the bag.
Well. All right, I'll stand corrected. Thank you.
But he's been a huge goal kicker this season for Aspley.
He certainly has. He's been a focal point. There's no doubt about it. They look for him. It was good delivery and a good finish. 11 minutes gone. Second quarter here at Graham Road. And contest again. Plenty of players around it. And we'll have a ball up. It was petted underneath it. It's up slowly. Be back in the field of battle. Ball back in the air. Coming through there was Copeland. Goes off the ground. Can't quite get it up that time. Was Aspley. Redland trying to work it away. Josh Smith off to Cars. Dispossessed by Tickner. Tickner just fell over at the wrong time. Here's Scott. Now they've got it off to Stephen. And Godfrey has it and can kick it and find Zufa with good hands in front of Joey Day. Outer side wing.
So Zufa needs to get a wriggle on here. Needs to hit a target, more importantly. Left foot, he measures it. Just as I put the Mozzer on him, he turns it over to Tickner, who inexplicably plays on. Under pressure, gets the handball through to Stiller, to Toy, to the run of Lucy. Lucy now kicks it long forward, over the head of Stanley. Punched away there by Jones. He battles again, and Howard's going to accept the ball for Redland. They'll get it outside. Good defensive work there. Ball chipping forward now with Josh Smith. Play on, not 15, and he's been adjudged getting rid of the ball now. Play on, advantage, and here he goes into the open goal. Reece Toy bangs it through for Aspley's 10th as a bit of byplay happens off to young Josh Smith, copping an earful from his Aspley opponents. They're now 26 points in front, Aspley.
It's a fantastic tackle from Nellis. Just great defensive pressure again. A couple of their goals have just been, well, actually quite a number have been from turnovers. Obviously, we don't have the stats, but just such a high percentage coming from Redland's defensive errors. And I just think the thing that's been really impressive about Aspley, apart from their ball movements, just they've tackled with intent. They haven't been just sort of soft tackles. They've really driven them into the ground, really wrapped up the ball carrier, and it's just set the standard for what's been a really good performance so far.
Barring the one goal, they really haven't taken an inside forward 52 often, Redland. And they look just to be a half forward breaking down there, but great work there by Aspley. You see the ball come out again. Holman was there, Cars was in there with him, but took him without the ball. So clever play there by Holman just to release at the right time. Goes on the left, looking for a target. Getting his hands to it was Nellis, couldn't quite clasp it enough. Scott, it's Luke Scott. Just an errant handball. Here's a pass field trying to work it clear. Rees to Howard. He'll run because he likes to. He's evasive. Lucy burns him off. And the kick is overcooked, but Thompson is there. Copeland just works his opponent under the ball. Off to Wagner, and Wagner goes with the left foot down the line and out of bounds because Payne couldn't quite handle the heat.
Yeah, great chase and intent there, I thought, from Austin Lucy there. Just kept the pressure on Howard. I love the way Howard takes the game on, but that's the kind of chase down that can, without tackling a bloke, can actually put the pressure on as Pettit gets it forward for Aspley, inside 50, over the head of Stanley. Pass Nellis, it's picked up by Passfield for Redland. Kicks it back, and there he is, Austin Lucy. Just give him a rap. He takes a nicely timed mark. He's 60 metres from goal. He's got plenty on offer. Goes for it is Hughes at the back. A nicely weighted kick over the top of Scott, and Hughes just sat back, put his opponent under the ball, takes the mark, 20 metres out sliding.
And I just wonder if the decision from Redlands to drop Phil Lovett's going to backfire, because they've got a number of blokes, I reckon, who are playing underweight. They've got Passfield playing on Nellis. I think we've seen Darren Pfeiffer playing in the key defensive position, which he hasn't done all year. So I'm just wondering if it's unsettled the balance of the side a little bit.
Well, Adam Hughes could inflict more pain for Aspley, does so. That's his first goal of the day, and Aspley's 11th, as they're really putting it together in this second term at Graham Road. 11-3-69, play 6-1-37. That's now a 32-point margin with 15.5 gone in the second term.
It really is quite amazing the way they've just put a space in them as quick as they have. We saw it was such a competitive first quarter, which Redland looked really competitive in and looked pretty slick. And since then, Aspley really have taken over.
Well, speaking of changes, Andrew Williams has now gone back into a more comfortable position. He's on Hughes now, who's had a really good game for Aspley, a really good half so far. He's led up really well. He's kicked the ball inside 50 nicely, so probably the appropriate time to make the change.
Yeah, they still look, for me, I agree with you, they still look unbalanced in the back half of the ground without Lovett there. So approaching 16 and a half minutes gone. They burst in, Godfrey's the man, dispossessed there by Payne. He backs up with another tackle on Stevens, so good urgency by the Aspley midfield to lock it up again. Not let the ball out unless it's going their way. Hunter. There's Tickner in there as well. Smithy just picked up. Well, that's Smithy. I shouldn't call him. I'm not that familiar with him. So Salter comes out with Redlands that time. Here's Thompson, Ryan Thompson. Hutchison just dinks it forward in the path of Joyce. He gathers. Not sure where to go. Now he goes back inboard. Has Hutchison. Turns, props. Goes on the left now. Down the line. Hunter and Matthews. Matthews works Hunter out of the way cleverly. Off to Holman. Holman on the left foot. Sainsbury and Howard. Good leg speed by Howard, and will rush it over the line. So don't mind that matchup actually, because Howard has a bit of leg speed if he's going to go with Sainsbury. As we see Howard bring it back in, goes for Godfrey, and Godfrey goes up the line looking for Big Hunter, and he'll take the mark and relieve defensively.
Yeah, had the height advantage there and used it well, did Hunter. Now, they need to consolidate here, Redland. Keep the ball in hand and affect some change on this scoreboard. The game's getting away from them. Nice mark by Brewer. Good competitive mark at the front of the pack. The ball drops short. Brewer has the lead from Zuffa. Honours that. It was a good kick and good mark from Zuffa. So the script going well so far. Zuffa across half forward. That's ill-directed. As soon as you say it, Daniel Smith chips in and takes the defensive mark for Aspley. Now looking more assured in their ball work. Stanley with the lead. Nice work from his opponent. Gets away from his opponent, takes the mark. Now it's with Matthews. They look a lot more calm with the ball now. Kangas, Ryan Matthews has it in front of us.
Certainly do. Goes up, and everybody misjudged except for Josh Smith of Redland. He can reload. Gives it off to Brewer. Runs in the middle of the ground. Now goes by foot up the middle. Finds a pass field. Aaron Handball puts Damien Stephen under a bit of pressure. Now to Landry, over to Josh Smith. He had to get rid of it quickly. Landry's in there again, back to Smith. Not sure where to go, stops and props now on the left foot. Kick wasn't a good one because it was to a one-on-one, a 50-50 if you like. And Lucy goes back and gets it off to Henry Joyce, and he can go.
He went towards James Nellis, who took the ball full-chested. Now he wants to move it back into the middle. In fact, a little bit further back. He's got Ryan Thompson there. They can set up now here, Aspley. Down the corridor, the handball over the top to Payne. Good smother there from Godfrey. Puts the ball underneath the pair of he and Payne. Aspley still getting the ball away. Stiller running towards 50. Left foot. This will be straight. No. One behind results.
How good was the second effort from Payne? He had the kick smothered, but then got back onto the ball and fed the handball out. It was just terrific at ground level.
He's never out of a contest, is he?
And Williams, he got it from the kick in. This goes short over the top and finds Estill. Estill can go up the line. Has Andrew Smith. I thought he took a misstep there, Smith, but he managed to get those big, long telescope arms up and take the mark. Kick wasn't a great one. Thompson misses the target of Estill. Now Toy gives it over the top. Copeland. He sliced it, and it is out of bounds on the full, just outside the line, and Josh Smith will be able to take it for Redlands, just on his defensive 50.
So Josh Smith, he's had plenty of work to do. Kicks it forward to the lead of Sam Godfrey. Takes the mark. He's at left half back for Redland. Has a mate in the middle. Brad Howard will get going. Does. Straight down the middle. Looking for Cass. Over the back. Nicely done there. Well, Cass takes the juggling mark. And the free kick plays on. Runs inside 50. Scrubs it forward. And Hughes at the back takes a chest mark. Again, Phil Cass reading the situation. Had to move and play on quickly. And Hughes just waltzes around, curls it in through for his third goal of the day, and a badly needed one for the Redland Bombers. It's only their second score of this term. 11-5, plays 7-1.
Interested to know what you think about the free kick against Tickner, though. He called it for front-on contact, but I thought he got the ball there and did really well actually running back, but the umpire saw it differently.
Well, either way, he took a mark. It was actually a terrific mark that he took.
Do you think he took it?
I absolutely, I do think he took it, and the people on the Neefle TV replay will be able to see that one for mine. But the thing that stood out for me that whilst the free kick may have been paid, Tickner didn't get up quickly enough to guard the mark and allowed Cars to go, which released the ball forward for Hughes to take advantage and kick the goal.
And we've seen Hughes not have much of an impact on the game again, but still managed to kick his 3 goals. It's just something he seems to do. He's just a goal accumulator, I guess.
He's on no slouch. I rate young Hutchison too there.
So, Pettit now picks it up for Aspley, tackled and belted into the ground, and the umpire hugs himself and will ball it up. There's a strong piece of play there from Estill and Brad Rees for Redland. Pettit gets up, dishevelled, gives the ball back to the umpire who throws it up. Pettit did well, handballed it forward. Lucy was held. Umpire saw it. The jumper was extended, so Lucy gets the free kick in the middle of the ground. He's got Reese Toy running for him, loose inside 50. Sadly, the ball didn't get back to Lucy quick enough for him to move it inside. So Lucy goes long inside 50 in the Sainsbury direction over the top of Eddie. And taking the nice mark there was Andrew Scott, who's back into the side this week for Redland, a handy addition.
Comes out wide. He looks like he's kicked that one out of bounds on the full. He has actually made quite a few skill errors by foot today. So Pettit goes off and finds Smith. There's Daniel Smith. A little bit of tape on the right hamstring. Goes off towards Sainsbury, the man. Yeah, and on this occasion, Andrew Smith gets a good fist on the ball, force it out of bounds.
Not a great kick from Smith though. Sainsbury got the 2 metres of separation. He just really floated it up and gave Smith time to close him. Time to close him down.
Ball back in. It was Pettit. Give that one to him. Here's Passfield trying to weave his way through. Scott to Williams. Intercepted there by Sainsbury, but the ball just trickles over the line. And relief for Redlands.
Well, Sainsbury's eyes lit up there as the ball came within his range. Throw in now, tapped down by Pettit. It's taken there by Rees. He scrubs it forward for Redland to half back. Thompson, I was going to say, kept his feet where Rogerson didn't. And in the end, the ball fell into Rogerson's hands. Thompson gave away the free kick for the high contact. So Luke Rogerson at left half back for Redland. They're trailing now by 28 points with 24 minutes gone of the second term. Down the line. Tickner over the back. Spoils it away from Brewer. Right in front of the Neefle commentary position here. As we see Robbie Copeland about to go back onto the field. Ryan Thompson coming off. The throw in. What can Redland do here in the second term? Pettit slaps it forward, but it's nicely taken by Rees. Throws it onto the boot. Bounces in front of Luke Scott. Gross controls it, but the ball smothered with the handball. Tickner attacking the ball. Copeland doing what he does best, attacking it. Gets a very talented kick away to Lucy. Lucy to half forward. Now it's over the head of Payne, but he doubles back. He's away from his opponent in Williams. Could have got a free kick and does so. held without the ball. So Matthew Payne could be within kicking distance here. Free kick, 45 degree angle, 50 out. He looks for the lead, the short lead. Jack Stanley pops it up in front of him. And nobody in the hole there, Liam Dettering, to cover for the fact that Jack Stanley was leading for the last 2 minutes.
Certainly, just no defensive pressure again. It's sort of been the way it's gone for Redlands today, but it was just a terrifically weighted kick from Payne, and he's just so clever. Just firstly to get the body position on Pfeiffer, and then to win the free kick. Just sensational play again. He's been close to best on ground, if not best on ground for mine so far.
Jack Stanley let go from just on 40. Starts it left, it stays its course. And the Hornets get their 12th. Jack Stanley's first, so 12-5-77, plays 7-1-43. We're back out to a 34-point margin. Mark Kennedy, didn't see this coming at the end of that first term.
No, I certainly didn't, but we all certainly picked Aspley to prevail in this contest, and they've shown why, at this point in time, why we have gone that way, because just slick ball use and efficiency and urgency around the contest.
Well, we've seen them have some good quarters of football this year, but just taking into account the quality of the opposition and what's at stake for the winner of this game, I just think it's the best quarter of football, team football anyway, they've played this year.
So 26 minutes gone, second quarter. Big clash here at Graham Road. Matthews it is, wrapped up by Reese. High, the umpire says though, so Matthews will get the free kick and he will get the chance to put Aspley in attack once again. The kick isn't a good one. Goes off towards Payne. Howard was right there with him. Here's Wagner. Well tackled there by Card. Payne again. He's like the Energizer Bunny. Goes on the left. Up towards Santry. Terrific mark. Had two players to beat and got there. Heckled in the crowd below.
Heckled by the players below. That's the first time I've seen it.
I know which one it is. We'll catch up with him as we see Santry go around the corner and puts on his 5th for the game and opens up a 40-point lead for the Hornets.
But just Payne again, it was a terrific spoil from Howard, and Howard's certainly no slouch in the athleticism department, but just the way he sprung back up, you called it the Energizer Bunny, and just the kick floated fortuitously, but terrific body work again from Sainsbury. 5 marks inside 50 for 5 goals. He's been sensational today.
Well, 40 points the margin now, fellas. 27 and a half minutes gone of the second term, this vital clash. 4th place, 5th here at Graham Road. Aspley versus the Redland Bombers. Ball in the middle, slapped down by Hunter for Redland. Brewer at the bottom of the pack. Was he held? No, it was a free kick. Will go to Aspley. It'll go to Toy. So Toy, straight down the guts, inside 50. Pack of players form. At the front, it's Matthews. Try to control it. Howard puts himself in for Redland. Scoops it up nicely. He's got some toe. Sees Phil Cars at right half back for the Bombers, and they'll be away here.
So Cars, the captain. The kick ended up being a good one to Rees. Went by number. We've seen that a bit today. Goes up towards Scott. Gross got the big mitt on it. Now it's the big ruckman in Turner. Goes with his favoured left foot. Up towards half forward and finds that man again in Payne. Off to Wagner. He likes the left, but this time it's into
Payne.
Into Payne.
And again.
And Payne again. So 3 possessions in that little soiree forte. And finds Adam Hughes.
Payne's just got a number of people sitting on the sidelines shaking their heads just at how good he is, how much class he's got. And one thing Redlands haven't done, which they probably should have looked into just with the mountain of goals and kicking against the breeze, is putting someone behind the ball. There's so much space inside that forward 50 for Aspley.
Adam Hughes, he has 1 in this quarter and 1 for the game. He goes towards goal and straight as an arrow. They add another. And 46 points. A game-defining lead, one would think.
Certainly is, Kenga, and I'll do a bit of research at half-time, but I think this may be the highest half-time score of any side in the competition this year. Aspley, 89 points already.
They've kicked 9 goals 3 this term to 2 straight goals. as I say, at the end of the last term, we saw them coming back at the end of that first term, but we didn't see this coming.
I think we might investigate the game against Belconnen here again in round 1.
Or NT, they...
And NT. Yeah.
Well, they certainly can put a space between themselves and the opposition very quickly. That's how damaging they are when they're moving the ball. And Matthew Payne, he's an absolute freak. Ball bounced in the middle. Hunter slaps it forward for Redland. Desperate now, and there's the siren. So that's the half-time margin. 46 points. Eddie Sainsbury with 5 first-half goals for Aspley. Adam Hughes and Matt Payne with a couple, as is Henry Joyce. And you've got Cleve Hughes, the solitary multiple-goal kicker for Redland. He's got 3. They scored 2 straight goals to 9 goals 3 to Aspley in that term. Kanga to give 46 points the margin at half-time, as we see Aspley coach John Blair reasonably happy with his charges as he leaves the box to go down
just
for half-time.
Smiling and smirking and laughing as he does all the time. John Blair, not the serious type of bloke he is, but he will be happy because it's a 65-point turnaround from halfway through that first quarter where Redland were leading by 19 points and the margin now 46 points. So it has been a phenomenal effort by the Aspley Hornets approaching or leading into this half-time.
And it is obviously the challenge to keep it going in Redlands. When they come back out with the breeze, they've got to make some serious inroads into this scoreboard, because otherwise Aspley, I think, are just going to hand them an absolute pantsing in the last quarter.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope that attitude comes back for the Redland Bombers. They can show us what they showed in the last quarter last week against Southport, where they just got their game on, they took it on, and they just ran and ran and ran with the ball, and it used it well. Let's see if we can see that in the second term.
So we'll be back after half-time to see if Redland can rebound into this game. It's a 46-point lead to the Aspley Hornets over the Redland Bombers on NEFL TV.
young fella just kicked the seal of goal at the Lions.
And they won by
2, yeah.
nice work.
Kicked it from 50. He's pretty happy.
Yeah, I bet you he's happy too.
Yeah, definitely. Go smile.
The umpires are out on the field, and we are here for the third term here on NEFL TV. It's round 17, and Michael Price and Mark Kennedy calling all your action with NEFL journalist Liam Dettering and his special comments. Look, at quarter time, it was Aspley by a point, and then at half time, we've got the Hornets leading by 46 points after a 9-goal, 3-second quarter. Bombers only with 2 straight goals in that term. Liam, Aspley really turned it on.
They certainly did, and as I said I would, I did my research, and it has been Aspley's biggest first half of the year. Fantastic 2 quarters from them. Obviously, just the stand of the opposition, Redland. I don't think Redland have played terribly badly. I just think the side's been a bit unbalanced today, but certainly Aspley have just been really good today, Kango.
Yeah, they certainly have, and we saw a 19-point lead in the first quarter to Redland, and a 65-point turnaround. It's been monumental, to say the least. And efficiency and urgency have been the order of the day to really get Aspley into it. And how good has the likes of Eddie Sainsbury been, Matty Payne, I've liked Austin Lucy has been good, and Henry Joyce as well, I think, has been terrific on the wing.
I think they've been smashed in the midfield, Redland. Aspley have smashed them in the midfield, and they've had too many targets up forward, the Hornets. And Eddie Sainsbury's work up forward, he's had 3 different opponents. You've got Hughes and Nellis also adding it in there. Too many targets up forward, whereas you've got Cleve Hughes as basically a solo show in the forward 50 for Redland.
It'll just be interesting to see if they make any changes to their defensive end, the Bombers, just because, as we mentioned before we led into halftime, they haven't put a man behind the ball yet. They haven't really tried any juggling. They did put Williams back to no real effect, and as we mentioned before, just the loss of Lovett maybe not as balanced them. So it'll just be interesting to see how they set up. Looks like Williams is going forward to start though.
So we are just about ready to get underway in this second half, and plenty to play for both sides. Their nose is well and truly in front, the Aspley Hornets.
We're still favouring the right of screen, Kanga, so Redland will be assisted by that in this vital third term.
So it'll be Pettit and Hunter. Won't give that to anybody in particular. And plenty of players around the contest, and we'll expect that Redland will come out with a fair bit of fire early in this third quarter to try and set the standard.
Should be a hot first few minutes here of the third term, Kanga.
One would think. We give that one to Pettit. Lucy, kick partially smothered that time. Hunter just brushes Sainsbury off. Had him by the arm, so Hunter went forward. Thompson over the top for Aspley, I should say. Cars is wrapped up by Stiller and Day, and we'll have another ball up in the middle of the ground, although we have a little bit of a tart-a-tart here. And one right in the bread basket. We've got Adrian Williams. Well, pushing the back will be the call, and Matthews will take the free kick for Aspley.
As Adrian Williams gets to his feet, Matthews puts it inside 50, and that's well read by Luke Scott. Redland dropping the man back inside defensive 50. So Luke Scott takes the mark in front of Matthew Payne.
I think he just sagged off Sainsbury really well there. He read it nicely and got off him.
So the handball away to Howard. And Howard long down the corridor. Too big the kick again for Thompson, so it's taken by Thompson for the Aspley Hornets over the other side of the ground. Pettit now, long to Ryan Holman. Oh, crunched by Passfield as he gets the spoil away. Now to Brewer, who knows he's got the pace against Pettit. Turns and goes. Gets inside 50. The big leap of Hughes. Well done from Hutchinson. Spoils the ball. Towed away from Copeland there. Henry Joyce. Can he pick it up? Ball stuck underneath he and his opponent in Salter. Salter has tried to get the ball out, and both battling away. Joining in there as well with Damien Stephen. Now the ball up 70 metres from the Redland goal.
Good opening passages. Hunter got it. Howard with the quick handball was trying to find Scott there. Andrew Scott. Plenty of players. Here's Brewer. Extracts. Goes around the corner up towards Hughes and Hutchinson. And Hutchinson, it is, who takes the mark and takes off and absolutely shanks it is a nice way to put it. And the ball goes out of bounds. 45 metres around from the Aspley goal.
Now when you try to, as my great uncle used to say about playing golf, when you're trying to hit it too hard, it'll land closer to your feet. Exactly what happened to Hutchinson there. Came off the shin as the throw-in gets slapped straight down. Now it's a high contact against Williams here. Be taken there by Reece Toy. No, Shady Smith, so he pops it up. Now Pettit takes the mark at left half back. Aspley leading by 46 points. We've played 3 minutes of the third term. Down the line, Nellis in front, Hustler over the back. It was actually roved by big man in Hunter. Gets it to Scott, kicks it inside 50. Williams at the back, good spoiling effort from Copeland. Nicely roved by Stephen, left foot to Hughes. Hughes just drifted out the back there, and all they had to do was get the ball to him. He took the mark, and he's going to have a shot 20 metres out directly in front.
Well, it was Hutchinson that actually got drawn to a contest, and Hughes just drifted off the back.
Well, yeah, saw 3 Aspley players fly there, didn't we? No one stayed down. Stephen got the crumbs, and Hughes standing all by himself, 25 metres out right in front.
So 3 goals. I think it's Cleve Hughes. Comes in. And that is number 4. 4 out of 8 for Cleve Hughes. So 14-5-89. The Bombers 8-89. The Bombers 8-1-49. So it's a 40-point margin, and we need more of that from Redland in a hurry.
Certainly Hughes has sort of mirrored Redlands today, and hasn't had the supply since the first term where he kicked 3 goals, I think, in that first term. 2, and then he kicked 1 last quarter. But just with Aspley on top in the midfield, he hasn't had many chances today. But to still kick 4 goals from renewed opportunities.
Bit of feeling behind the play from Joey Day and Adrian Williams, who came together in the centre of the ground earlier in that exchange. Bit of feeling creeping in.
So the ball nicely bounced in the middle. Pettit went high. Hunter stayed down. Probably got the better of it. Scott just goes to half forward. Here's Thompson for Aspley. Interjecting. Kick isn't a good one. And very good mark there by Salter, one of the co-captains.
Been quiet today, Salter.
He has. Kick goes up towards Williams. Recovered well. Gets away from Gross. Goes up towards Zuffer and Day. Just a good contest there. Day comes in again. Was held without it and will take the free kick.
You see the 2 Redland players intent on tackling Joey Day quite hard there, not quite knowing that the ball was spilled away. So in defence, Joey Day long down the line. Pettit. You see Hunter just read that beautifully and just cut across Pettit, who was looking for body. Hunter was looking for the ball and took the mark. Now he launches it long inside 50. Hughes got rid of his opponent, and then Copeland puts his body in front and takes a very courageous defensive mark.
So Bushy kicks a dangerous one. Pfeiffer gets a hand in there, brings it to ground. Now he gathers on the left foot. Good kick there to Brewer. Just got in between a few players, and over the top there is Smith, Andrew Smith, all by himself. So defensively that time there was an absolute lapse by the Hornets.
We'll just see about 5 Hornets players standing without a man, hands on hips, looking around to see who didn't pick up a man, but they really just needed one to go with him in the end.
So good vision there by Brewer. And Andrew Smith will come in, looking for his first for the day, and narrow the margin yet again if you can. It's a good kick, straight over the hat. And all of a sudden, we're back to 34 points and a glimmer of hope for the Bombers.
And both sides have been really accurate today, but Redland with only the 1 behind, their accuracy really keeping them in it from the 10 scoring shots, 9 goals, and back to a 34-point margin. They're still in this game.
Well, we only played 6.5 minutes gone, third term. They've got the win for the next 20-odd minutes here at Graham Road. We saw what Aspley did with it when they can move the ball well. Let's see what the Bombers can do to keep their hopes alive in this vital game. Hornets still in the ascendancy by 34 points, as you heard Mark Kennedy say.
Just look at some of these different matchups. We see Bushy Copeland. He's just playing well in front of Andrew Smith, his opponent. Not playing as a loose, but just playing well back.
Hunter versus Turner. Brewer couldn't get a hold of it for Redland. Payne puts himself in, as does Joyce, and the ball stuck underneath him. And Brad Reese will have a ball up just to the side of the centre circles. 7.5 gone in the third term. Hunter slaps it down. It rebounds to Austin Lucy. Lucy inside 50, bouncing towards Sainsbury. Pfeiffer confronts him. Sainsbury just taps the ball towards Hughes. Hughes scoops it up. It's intercepted there by Redland. Smith tackled by Hughes. Ball stuck underneath then. And
high tackle there was being called by the central umpire.
So he came in. It was the left arm, obviously, that came over the top of Josh Smith's shoulder, and he'll take the free kick about 20 metres out from his own goal.
I've got to agree, I think that was well spotted. So Josh Smith goes down the line, Wagner gets a fist on it, still is well wrapped up, almost immediately of getting it. Howard Vince is in pain there, behind Stiller. We'll have a ball up, not far from the Neefle commentary position. Beautiful vantage point we have here at Graham Road. No real clear winner. Here's Damien Stephen. Handball smothered. Coming through hard as Reese. Couldn't quite take it with him. Holman wraps Godfrey up and we'll have another stoppage. Yeah, tough in the clinches.
Yeah, so very tight in there. You could throw a towel over about 15 players.
It's a hand towel as well. So Matthews just scrubs one quickly. Salter tries to belt it on. Fortuitously finds Pfeiffer. Back to Salter. The handball was a terrible one. That looks like it might be a tunnelling free kick against Aspley. That will go to Hunter, and that is absolutely within the rule book. It's a spot-on free kick for 9.
Yep, League's taken out from underneath big Paul Hunter. It's a long way to come down from that height. Oh, Williams at the back. Just jumped into his opponent in Turner. Gets given some colourful advice from the boundary line as well, as the ball will be balled up in front of the commentary position here. Hunter gets above Turner. Turner slaps the ball, then chases after his own crumb. Good handball out to Matthews running past. Kicks it inside 50. Bounces away from Sainsbury, who got rid of Luke Scott. And then Sainsbury lays the big tackle too high. And it'll be a free kick to the Redland Bombers again in their defensive 50. A little bit of feeling creeping into this game, Mark Kangaroo.
There certainly is, as we see Rogerson get it off to Jones. Tyler Jones. Down the line, looking for Stephen. Goes to ground. Here's Thompson for Redland. Wrapped up by Copeland. He's going nowhere. And he didn't make an attempt. So the umpire said, Robbie Copeland, you can take the free kick. Out of side. Backward to centre. 10.5 minutes gone. Smith with the front spot. Andrew Smith it was. Good tackle there by Godfrey. Nowhere to go, Aspley. And holding the ball is to call. Again, didn't try to move it on. So Godfrey to Smith. Off to Passfield and now to Williams. Williams up towards Hughes. Goes high. Hutchison's there. Just stays at ground. This is where he's generally very good. Very cat-like. Gets a good kick away. And Toy is away, or should I say French is away, and finds Adam Hughes right in front of us here on the commentary wing.
Wasn't that brilliant work by Hutchinson? So calm. He's got time with the ball. And go to Hughes. Hughes down the line. He's looking for the big fella in Turner. Puts himself across. Smith goes well at the back, and so does Rogerson. Chips it forward. Redland now. Holding onto the ball through Damien Stephen. Wanting to take it out left. And they do through Passfield. Passfield down the wing, a little bit too much for Josh Smith. Copeland reads it, hits the ball full-chested, bursts through, handball to Payne. Back to Copeland on the wing. Copeland long inside 50. Here comes Eddie. Oh, he's held back and good defensive work, punching away. Rogerson, ball still free. Rogerson scoops it up in the 1 mid, and that's a lovely pass into the defensive part of 50. They want to switch it though. They've got a man in the goal square.
That's Andrew Smith is the man.
Kane!
Finds Estel outside defensive 50. Nowhere to go. He was called to play on. Has Scott now to Zufa. He's on his favoured left foot. Goes down the line. Nobody's there at all. And it is Joey Day who just mops it up at half back. Plays off. Goes around the mound of Mark Williams. Kicks it. Looking for rain. It might come later. And two Redlands players spoil each other. Lucy swoops on it, but wrapped up quickly by Josh Smith. And I think we'll have a ball up here at centre-half forward for Aspley.
Pretty non-stop there for the last couple of minutes, just going from end to end. Chance to reset for both teams here.
Redland with only 3 or 4 players forward of the centre circles as well, so they've got the bulk of their side in defence as we speak. Big jump and smack down by Smith. It was taken by Lucy, who lets loose the ball. Now it's on the deck, battle for several players on it again, including Matt Payne. You'll normally find him somewhere around the bottom of the pack with the ball close by as well, and we'll have a ball up about 45 metres out. From the Aspley goal, they're leading this one still by 34 points with 13 minutes gone of the third term. Toy puts himself in, he's tackled there by Andrew Smith and Reese again, and we'll have another ball up, only a metre or 2 forward of that.
Well, a big passage of play here. Just if Aspley get the goal, you'd say they've done really well. But Redland, if they can hold out here and potentially get it down the other end, could be massive.
So Cars looks like he was infringed upon. And pushing the back is the call, and he'll take the free kick. So they're doing quite well here, Redland. It goes laterally, backwards almost. Finds Rogerson. Has Luke Scott. Has a player over the top in Landry. Landry has one further afield here, but now cut off. Vestal. This goes down the line. Dane Sealy forced to provide the contest. Copeland, though, comes over the top and just bashes it over the line. And out of bounds right in front of the Redlands bench.
Just statement movement there, not a lot of, when Aspley were getting the ball forward earlier, it was quick and free flowing and really putting the distance between the two sides quickly. As it slapped towards the Redlands, got picked up by Smith now for Aspley. He's tackled, ball stuck under Brewer and Josh Toy again, and we'll have another ball up just in front of the commentary position.
Haven't seen a lot of Nate Payne this quarter, interestingly. He was on fire in the second quarter, and even in the first.
As Pfeiffer curls it forward inside 50. Hughes gets rid of his man in Hutchinson, then delivers the ball by foot, bouncing towards the goal. Oh, could have been a freakish effort there, but Gavin Gross put himself in just in time, and it will be a second behind for the Bombers. They're now trailed by 33 points.
So Landry caught one high. It was incidental, but that still counts. And he will take the free kick. Almost right on forward 50. Gives it off to Salter. He goes long over the top. A terrific. There's that word again, terrific, because that's what it was. Marked by Hutchison. Comes along to the commentary side. Wing. Turner got up high. Couldn't take the mark though. Slung off it was Tickner. No free kick. And I think it's Josh Smith with the ball. And we'll have a throw up right on offensive 50 for the Redland Bombers.
Trailing by 33 points with 16 minutes gone of the third term. Need to get a wriggle on Redland with the wing they're kicking with right now. Hughes takes it for Aspley. Long down the line to half forward. Sainsbury worked his way to the front, couldn't quite take the mark. Luke Scott and then Passfield for Redland. Passfield sort of just flinged it out there towards the Rogerson direction. He, and there's Matty Payne, again at the bottom of the pack, somewhere near the ball, and the umpire will throw it up left half forward.
Luke Scott's really stepped up this quarter. He's been terrific on Sainsbury in the one-on-one, giving him no room at all.
As Turner slaps it down, again Payne, tackled, ball stuck underneath himself, and Andrew Scott will do it all again, only a few metres forward of that.
Not far away from the Redlands, the Aspley clubhouse, so plenty of action, plenty of people here today for Neefle TV. Good contest by two players, both going in head first. The umpire says there's no free kick because the intent was right from both and no laws broken. So I will ball it up. Turner just backhands it down. Payne is taken over the line and says, "Here, Brad Reese, have it in your face."
And I think we've seen the first little change on Matty Payne. It looks like Sam Godfrey's just watching him at the stoppages. I'm not sure if it's a hard tag or just around in close, but certainly a change been made by...
So Estel had a hand in his back by Ryan Thompson, but no free kick, and the ball went out of bounds. And we'll do it again.
So low scoring quarter. We've only had 2 goals, one from Redland. Aspley yet to score in this term, but the Hornets still leading by 33 points. Cass puts himself in and extracts the ball from the contest. That's a wobbly looking conveyance. Joey Day might even be advantaged by this. He is. He reads it beautifully. Skates through the middle of the ground. The left foot helicopters towards a teammate in French. Punched away there by Smith for Redland. At the back of the pack now. What can they do? Eddie Sainsbury drags his opponent off the ball. Picked up by Hughes. Left shoe and just a little wide. Ball still in. Pass field for the Bombers. Handballs it over the top to Jones. They should be away. Good chase down there by Nellis. But Brewer will still be able to collect this and run away down the outer side. Has a bounce. Has a second one. Inside 50, Brewer. Let's go. And one behind results. Oh, they could have used that. The Bombers 14-5. Plays 9-3. They need to take every chance they get, Liam Detter.
And it comes back to what I said in the first quarter with Brewer. Just sometimes his foot skills let him down. That would have been a massive goal for them.
So Tickner got it from full back, now goes down the line. Hughes was there, had hands on it. Wagner just kicks it over the boundary line. That's out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a Redland free kick. That came off his toe.
Well, the ball might have already been over the line before he kicked it. But...
Right, as we know, you weren't as close as the boundary umpire, so we'll go with his call. Coming through beautifully with Ryan Thompson for Aspley. They repel again. And just back there is Tyler Jones, and he mops up for Redland now.
Yep, the outer side, looking for the co-captain in Cass. Nicely read there. As soon as it came off his foot, Daniel Smith had read that, takes the mark, and again quells the Bombers' attack. Aspley doing beautifully in that regard. Smith down the corridor, the big fella in Turner. He's going to man by himself at right half forward. And he hits him lace out. Clinton French from 35 under pressure, and he puts it through. That's a great bit of work, and his second goal, Aspley's first goal for the quarter, and they needed that 1-2, 15-5-95 to put that distance, 9-3-57 to Redland between them.
And might just see from that the difference in the two sides today. When Redlands had the chance, Blake Brewer running into an open goal under less pressure than French was, missed the target. But French under pressure on the right foot was able to put that through and give Aspley further handy break.
So 38 points again, the margin, what Liam said, take your chances. This level of football, if you don't, you're going to get...
you're going to get burnt.
Burnt badly.
And a great play there by the Aspley. And again, foot skills being the difference. No real clear winner. Trying to come through as Godfrey now, getting his Matthews, just measures the handball nicely, although Pettit was set upon by Salter. Godfrey lays a good tackle. Lucy just with the ball, scoops it almost forward by foot. Sainsbury just injects himself. That time he's taken out by Passfield, and Cars will mop up, gets it to Rees, up towards Williams and Gross. And Gross just gets a little bit of meaty fist on it and out of bounds right in front of the Aspley coach's box, right in front of us too.
Adrian Williams with the bandage up the nose to stop the blood flow of number 41 for Redland. Boundary umpire puts it in. Pettit gets rid of Turner and slaps it down to Holman. Couldn't control it. Hunter went to pick it up. Back to Holman now. Oh, it's tight in the clinches there. Coming out now, Damien Stephen kicks it inside 50 for Redland. Good spoiling effort by Joey Day. Gavin Gross leads in the chase for the ball. Keeps it in. Kicks it long down the line. Good contest there. Some Pettit at the front and Smith at the back. But there was a high tackle. It was Payne against Sam Godfrey. He's been giving Matthew Payne some close attention. I think Matthew Payne just to give him a little bit back just then.
So Pfeiffer goes the other, goes one way, goes the other. Gets around Hughes now. Goes up forward. Williams almost got his jukes right around it. Copeland got a tough handball out. Finds Matthews. Grew up, wraps him up. Umpire says play on. Thompson there for Redlands. Matthews still there as well. Day in there now. Plenty of traffic all of a sudden in amongst it. And the umpire says, give it to me. I'll ball it up, boys. Too much action around here. 40 metres out from Redland's goal. Right in front of the scoreboard end. Give that one to Pettit. Although Stephen just managed to get it on the foot and eke it a little bit closer to goal.
They've been able to absorb everything that Redland's thrown at them in this third term, Aspley, and consolidate. Well, they've dropped a goal in a bit, but when you're talking about kicking against a couple of goal breeds, it's not a bad effort at all. As the ball's thrown in, short throw in, Miss Rees as well. Adrian Williams picks it up, screws it around the body. That's a nice and accurate kick. Taken by Tickner, handball forward then, picked up nicely. Cleve Hughes, you give him half a second. Cleve Hughes just kicked 5 out of the 10 goals for the Redland Bombers. He's probably only had about 6 touches, 5 of them have been goals. It's amazing. 15-5-95, Bombers 10-3-63. So we're back to 32 points, and could something amazing happen from here, Liam?
I'm convinced at this stage. I think Aspley, as you said, have weathered it quite well until they've only given up those 2 goals. Redland really needed to make a more serious indent in the scoreboard. As we see, 23 and a half minutes gone, 32-point lead to the Aspley Hornets.
I need to bang on a couple before 3/4 time for mine.
How is Hughes' form though? Seriously, you're a man only racks up that many stats and consistently puts through that many goals.
Well, him and Darren Ewing are very similar. They don't need many touches, and they're the two, you'd say, spearheads of an equal competition, just really efficient in front of goal.
So Lucy just batted it forward. Toy, clever by hand. Matthews is in there working hard. Payne with the left-hand handball. Andrew Smith does very well there, but now set upon by Joyce. The 2-2s go at it. They don't make 4, but they do make the ball go out of bounds. Inside, just on. Aspley's attacking 50, out of side. So getting towards the closing stages this 3rd quarter. Lucy in there again, this time wrapped up by Godfrey. Manages to squeeze a handball out. There's Passfield, off to Brewer, somewhat luckily or fortuitously. And it goes out of bounds on the full, the kick go. And Joey Day will be the man who takes the kick for the Aspley Hornets. Out of side wing.
Puts it into the corridor. Ryan Thompson leads for him. He hits the target. Basically every player on the ground in front of him. He kicks it across to Tickner. Tickner definitely now with every player on the ground in front of him. He looks to measure a pass. It went for Stanley. Went over the head of he and Shani still bubbled it up. Stanley roved it beautifully, but then got a nice tackle from Phil Cass. Made Stanley dispose of the ball incorrectly. So Cass with the free kick and Redland towards the forward 50. Salter did well, getting rid of his opponent. Couldn't claim the mark. Claims the crumb. Puts it in front of Hughes. Hutchinson, good spoil. Punches it down 20 metres in front of his contest. Now it's with... who was that? Matthews being tackled as soon as he got the ball. It was a nice tackle by Brad Reeves. He must have some good tackling stats today, Brad Reeves, for the Bombers.
Certainly, and I thought it was really good from Hutchinson as well. He got the spoil and then followed up terrifically to make the saving tackle.
Uncontested, Andrew Smith just punches it though right in the path of Howard, so did very well. Here's Brewer, goes back inboard now, not sure where to go, has his kick smothered by guess who, Matty Payne. Brewer again, gives it off to Cars, squeezes the handball out in the path of Rogerson. Rogerson gets around his opposite number in Copeland, on the left foot, just touched by Lucy. Hughes gets it off to Landry, who shoots it, and he missed the goal. So
free kick,
it'll be a free kick
after
the disposal. Yeah. So it'll be Landry who can take a shot at goal and narrow the margin further.
And just infringed, really lunging to try and make the saving tackle. So not the worst result in the end, just a bit unlucky, I guess, that he fell in the back.
This will make it interesting, Kanka. So we've played, 26 and a half minutes of the 3rd team. He knocks this one through. That'll take it back down to 26 points. 4 and a bit goals. Is that unmanageable? We saw Redland came back with a wet sail in the last term last week against Southport.
You'd say that it's not out of the realms. It'd be a tough ask. However, let's see what Landry can do. Comes in on the left and kicks it to the near side. The last one was to the far side, this one to the near side.
Much the joy of the Aspley supporters over the far side.
I withdraw my previous question.
So Grace goes up the middle, finds one of the co-captains for the Aspley Hornets in Cheney Stiller.
So Cheney Stiller, veteran of 100 games with the Brisbane Lions, kicks it across the field, finds Ryan Thompson. Thompson now measures a pass, another experienced ex-Brisbane Lion in Robbie Copeland. Plays on, the handball over the top. Long down the line, Aspley, and of course it's taken by Wagner here. Wants to play on, he had Joyce in the middle, now he's confronted. Joyce runs for him and makes good with the handball. Joyce curls it around, Matthews at the back, got rid of his opponent, takes the mark, chips it over the top to Sainsbury, who takes the mark in the goal square. He's got 5, about 2. Popped through his 6th goal of the day, and that was just good ball use.
I think, yeah, really clever from Joyce there. He's under pressure, but just kicked to the advantage of Matthews, who was able to play on a quick ball movement. Met Sainsbury was all by himself, and he's added his 6th goal for the day.
Eddie Sainsbury, 6 goals, and Aspley second for the term, 16-5-101 to the Bombers, 10-4-64. That's now a 37-point margin. We might just be putting the frighteners up the Bombers coach and Greg Sittingwell's got.
But again, that's the second time this quarter we've seen Redlands with the opportunity to kick a goal that they've missed, and Aspley have gone down the other end straight away. And 12-point turnarounds, they cost you all the time.
Commonly known as a coach killer. So
we've had that, and that's got to be testament to the amount of pressure that the ball carrier is having to endure, both sides as well. But Aspley's tackling, as you say, it's had intent today.
It's been a great third quarter. I've really enjoyed this contest because Redland have really come at Aspley hard, and Aspley have been able to work it through. Matthews got it down from the contest, gives it to Payne, one of his partners in midfield crime. Plenty of players, attract a crowd, does that contest, and we will have a ball up. It's forward to centre for the Redland Bombers. So 29.5 minutes gone. Third quarter. Closing seconds of the quarter, and Matty Payne will win a contest from the stoppage, and they will be able to repel once again. Looking around, there's a target wide in Jack Stanley. He's got a little bit of room to move now. Can go long. Now inside forward 50. Wagner's there, but Pfeiffer absolutely nails it by hand over the boundary line. Well, just inside the forward 50, we'll have a throw.
We saw Pfeiffer have his best game of the year last week, and I think being thrown in a different role today down back hasn't really suited him. He hasn't had the same level of influence.
Hunter slaps it down for Redlands. Tap back inside the 50 for Aspley by Payne. They should be able to get the ball here though, the Bombers. They do not, and the siren goes at exactly 30 minutes and 19 seconds with Aspley leading by 37 points. It was a 2-goal quarter for them, 2 straight goals, and Redland with that breeze, only 3 goals, 3 in answer to Aspley's 9-goal, 3 second term. So 101 plays 64. It's all there for Redland to do in the final term.
That's right. They've been able to narrow the margin by 9 points from the half-time difference. So, Liam, I think we are seeing Aspley heavily favoured with the breeze going his last quarter of being able to put their 10th win in a row on the board.
Well, certainly the 2 quarters Redlands have had with the wind have only netted them an 8-point gain. Of course, they lost the first quarter by a point and were only able to lessen the margin by 9. And Aspley just with that incredible second term, you'd have to say if they come out and do anything similar to that, the game will be all over quite quickly.
Now, as we see both huddles come together, we will take a break here at Graham Road, Aspley. This is NEFL TV, round 17 action, and we look forward to your company after the break for the last quarter of this game between Redlands and Aspley.
Storm coming.
Be good at the Gabba very shortly, won't it? It'll be very good at the Gabba, won't it?
this last night, said, "Oh, the Eagles have a lot of games coming up which they could either win or lose," and no one pulled him up on it.
But that's inside. That's inside right there. I didn't see it, but my old man reckons
Vickery.
Vickery was
It was a dog hit.
Yeah?
Well, all Cox did was push off in the ruck, and then Vickery, just as the ball was coming in, just swung the fist and got Cox right in the jaw, and he was out before he hit the ground.
So, you know what, I bet you just
Very,
like 3 weeks ago.
very ordinary is what it was.
He's lucky he wasn't on the ground. They took him away at half time. They made sure he didn't go back out. They kept him away from the main group. So they took him off for the last couple of minutes of the quarter just so it didn't spill over into half time.
Because he was going for it.
Yeah, well, they went for him. He got flattened by Lacroix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
No, it's just very ordinary from Vickery. He does that a bit as well.
Isn't John in the boxing coach at Richmond?
Yeah. Well, not if he's teaching his son that sort of stuff.
Some probably didn't get caught. Some probably got caught out of more than the Holden and folded and lost his shit. He said because he doesn't. He doesn't seem like the sharpest knife in the drawer.
No.
With the top. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I keep asking this question, it's just a theatre.
Yeah.
It's like,
Is there still something?
Could they come back? Could they get
No, they're not. They're going to get trounced.
That could be 100 points. I mean it. If they literally get a 5-10 minute run like they did in that quarter, they just kick in.
They kicked so accurately in the first quarter, and then they just missed 2 pretty simple shots for goal, and Aspley went straight back down their own.
I didn't even sound disappointed at draw, but it was like, oh, come on, oh, yeah.
Something BT would actually say on air.
Yeah. It was like, come on, man, you've got the blame by the balls there. If you're going to kick something off,
I just reckon
take pump up.
I just reckon he wastes the ball. So, like, he finds so much of it. He's become a really good inside player because he's just got that speed, so he can get away from stoppages. But I'm not sure if it's his actual kicking or decision making. Just isn't there.
You know what I reckon they should do? I'd like to tell Champion over this. Don't publish the word possession.
Yeah.
Possession should be, well, possessions and disposals, basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Call possessions the overall total whenever you've got the ball. And disposals should only be the official ones.
Yeah.
So you can work out your percentages, but then commentators can just say 34 disposals, that's 34 times he's, and they know 34 times you've hit a target.
Yeah.
Not 47 disposals. He's hit 50, only 32 of them hit the target.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. He's 18 miss.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because the possession, the difference between a possession and a disposal is the act of getting rid of the ball, but a possession's, you could get the ball and get tackled, and that's still a possession.
Yeah.
I was confused about that for a while.
Yeah.
And I finally figured out what the GA is on
What is it?
gather.
Oh,
I think it gathers when you're completely out by yourself and you've just taken it under no pressure. Because the loose ball you're still under some form of pressure.
so the loose ball get basically.
Yeah, but there's someone chasing you or they're a couple of metres off or whatever.
I'm on kangaroo.
Yeah, mate, I'm just putting a couple of beds on. There is, mate. A few wines yourself.
Get wine. Welcome back to Graham Road at Aspley, the final term of round 17 in this 4th versus 5th clash, Aspley versus Redland. And at three-quarter time, the Aspley Hornets 37 points in front after being 46 up at half-time, 1 point in front at quarter time. Michael Price and Mark Kennedy calling all your action. The special comments from Neefle journalist Liam Dettering. Boys, can Redland come back in the final term?
No.
Liam.
I think I'm with Kenga. In a word, probably no, but what we want to see from them is something similar, the effort they showed in that third quarter, just to have something to carry on into next week.
And in all seriousness, they have a good track record of being very ferocious in the last quarter and coming with a rush, Redland, so we'll see how this unfolds. Hunter just does a bit of Hunter gathering of his own football, just overcooked the handball. Cars leads the race. The score is provided by Godfrey. Godfrey now has it, is absolutely mauled by Cheney Stiller, the 100-game veteran and ex-Brisbane Lion.
And that's what we've seen all day from the Hornets, isn't it? Just that intent in the tackle and the want to make the tackle.
Looks like here's Matty Payne, just trying to get a bit of clear possession. Now it's Matthews, inside, outside. Contested ball. Toy, wrapped up by Howard. Now Pfeiffer gives it off to Scott. Scott to the run of Josh Smith. Goes inside forward 50. Tickner and Estel. No winner in that contest. Williams is there, although Tickner gets it off to Gross. And Gross goes up towards what would you say that? A host of Hornets. A hive of Hornets is what I was looking for. And Payne butchers it and kicks it straight to Scott.
He might have butchered it because Matthew Payne was actually limping away from the contest and actually limped his way up to that other contest, grabbed 2 possessions on his way back. An absolute freak of a player. Sam Godfrey, who had Payne in that third term, takes the mark for Redland. Down the line now, he's looking for Stephen, and he just kicks it too long, too big. Over this side of the ground, it's happened several times to Redland players. A free kick for out of bounds on the full goes to Austin Lucy. A good game today from Lucy. Long kick inside 50, looking for French, who was wrestling. Passfield interjects himself. Now it's Toy, slapped over the top to Daniel Smith. He kicked it quickly, and as called in the crowd downfield, Daniel Smith dealt with after he got rid of the ball. And there'll be a free kick very close to goal for Aspley.
And it was a very clever tap from Toy there. Didn't take possession, just flicked it on to Smith and rewarded with the downfield free kick. See who wants the goal the most.
So Jack Stanley looks like might be the chosen one. Has 1 goal to his name. He's doing the Stevie J hook around and not quite as effectively. 1 behind result. So 102 plays 64, 38 points the margin. We've only played 2.5 of the final term.
The kick came from Josh Smith and a good one out of defence and finds Brewer. Goes inside, finds Damien Stephen, off to Landry. Looked like he was legged in the finish. Probably should have got a free kick, but now intercepted was Cheney still to Matthews to Turner. Over the top to Lucy, gives it to little Daniel Smith. Wrapped up there well by Salter. And Howard has it and goes on the left trying to clear, but only will find Matthew Payne for the Hornets.
Prolific is one word for Matthew Payne. Kicks it long inside 50. He's looking for the run of Lucy. Oh, courageous effort there. Lucy was committed and going for the ball. But Tyler Jones got absolutely poleaxed in that contest. He's still on the deck.
He's on his haunches now, but that was so courageous just running back with the fight there.
Yeah, Lucy was committed to the contest.
50 metres as well, I think, coming out of it.
But Tyler Jones, that was a very courageous act. Put his body right on the line there.
It certainly was, and I thought Lucy arrived just that fraction late on the contest, which why the 50 metres was given. So it'll be interesting to see how
Well, he's actually taking his kick, so...
The match review panel will see this.
Another
as we
50.
see. Somebody ran across the mark, and it was, I think it was Adam Hughes that ran across the mark, and it's essentially a 100-metre penalty, and Tyler Jones, after getting crunched, will shoot for goal from no more than 40 metres out, one would think. So that's going to be a big turnaround.
Quite the defensive transition, took a saving mark, got the rebound and the inside 50, if you don't mind.
So Tyler Jones, all the way from defence, can he finish off? A bit of courageous play. A bit of ill-disciplined play by Aspley. It's close, and it's just to the right-hand side, and it's only one behind. So again, we talk about not taking chances. Ball comes back in quickly. Pfeiffer was there. Payne flips it off to Tickner. Tickner off to Toy. Toy to Matthews to Holman. So good run and carry. And called again by the Aspley coach, and it is downfield. And it'll be French who has the ball half forward.
So Clinton French, benefit of that relayed free kick. Goes across half back, was read nicely by Pfeiffer, but that's a good set of hands by Kane Tickner. Really good set of hands. He's right in there as French and Josh Smith battling behind the play. Gavin Gross receives the ball. Aspley moving the ball to the outer side. Copeland just chipping it inside 50. Henry Joyce. Good interception there by Phil Cass. Still battling it out for the Bombers. Down the outer side, the lead of Hughes way up the ground. Good spoil by Hutchinson, and then he gets into Brewer's face and causes the turnover. Now the tackle. Good defensive work from Michael Hutchinson. Ball stuck underneath, and he's done the ultimate and turned the ball over. Great tackling there. The umpire said that Brewer holding the ball, so Hutchinson then undoes his good work with a dinky little kick that was nicely cut off by Passfield.
So you say Passfield, I say Passfield.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, tomato. Either way, he's found Josh Smith. Goes off his mark and plays on. Now can go long up the wing. Out of side, drifting across nicely was Rees. Can give it off now to Landry. Landry inside forward 50. The kick wasn't a great one. Contest there by Williams. Tries to shrug off Turner, but Turner's got him. And that is holding the ball. Terrific tackling there by the ruckman in Jed Turner.
Good strength there. Just had the one arm pinned behind. There was nothing you could do.
The basketball convert is Turner. Gives it off to Gross to Matthews. Bounces and then gets it off to Toy. Off to Thompson. To Joyce. Wrapped up there well. Didn't see Phil Carr's coming. And the turnover comes again. Off to Hunter. Gives it to Cleve Hughes. A little bit further from home than he usually is. Then he prays for rain. It's a 2-on-1. Coming across there is Zufa. And good sticky fingers. And he'll be able to go back and shoot for goal with that trusty left foot.
And terrific chase from Phil Cass. I think he's just battled hard as he always does. Copped a lot of punishment in that first quarter. There was one massive hit and a couple of other heavy tackles, but just the chase down. Zufa now with the shot should go back and finish.
So Zufa starts it and keeps it between the big ones. And that's his first for today, and a very, very important one in the context of the match for the Redland Bombers.
Still only 7.5 minutes gone, 31 points down.
That's what we're going to say. So 11-5-71, playing 16-6, 102. 7.5 minutes down, as Liam Dettering said, and a glimmer, the flicker of hope.
Well, still doable. Still doable. It's a matter of...
They've had chances. Tyler Jones had the kicker goal that he missed, but they've converted there, and we know they can score very quickly, the Bombers. So not over yet, but will be very difficult.
Need to take every chance that's open to them. They did there with Daniel Zufa kicking that goal. Bring them to within 31 points as the umpire bangs it down in the middle. Smith versus Pettit. I'll give that one to Smith, actually. Nicely taken by Payne. Looped a handball over to Holman, who's tackled high by Adrian Williams, who's been a bit errant in his tackling today. So it's moved forward by Aspley. Pettit now takes the mark, chips it forward. He's got Stanley in the back. Oh, pass ball. That's a great mark. Running back with the flight, good defensive effort, and if that doesn't lift the Bombers, nothing will. Rogerson at left half back. Tries to measure a kick. Goes through the hands of Williams. Still up, just easily bucketed out of the ball for mine. Damien Stephen couldn't collect it. Aspley now through Holman. Holman just tackled as he gets rid of it. Umpire says incorrect disposal. Estill to the juggle of Hughes. It actually bounced off his scone. He couldn't collect it. Ball hits the deck. 35 is Josh Smith. Ball stuck with him. Now Estill. Can he curl it through to give the Bombers some hope? He does. Their 12th goal and puts them to within 25 points, Kanga. Can this happen? Can they do? We were doubting it last week with Redland and Southport, and they came home with the wet sail. Can they do it here at Graham Road?
Well, we're just seeing a couple of their tackling pressure lift. Just they've stuck a couple of important tackles. Estill followed up there, got the kick into Hughes, who couldn't quite hold it, but followed up brilliantly with the the right foot snap. 4 goals won. Still only 9.5 minutes gone. Anything's possible from here, I reckon.
Well, gentlemen, I might get you to recall the corresponding game here in round 12, and Aspley actually closed, I think, within about 10 points in that last quarter, and then Aspley kicked away again. So are we going to see the same thing again here today at Graham Road? So Redland had the takeaway yet again. It was Cards. Rogerson dropped what he should have taken. Coming through hard there was Aspley, but well wrapped up by Brewer, but a push in the back is paid. And I think it might be Matthews who will take the free kick at half back.
So Matthews has a lead to the outer side. Stanley, good lead and good kick again. Clinical ball use by the Hornets, making the difference as Stanley goes forward. Harsfield at the back had the set and wanted to go the spoil. He did affect the contest. Ball hits the deck. Umpire will ball it up right on the 50 with Aspley going into attack, and they're still leading by that 25-point margin with 10.5 gone.
Ball up again. Just Pettit got a hand on it. Plenty of players around the contest very quickly, and the umpire will call the ball up once again. So that round 12 game, Aspley actually made their move in the third quarter in that game, and after a 1-point margin at half time, and then kicked away in the third, only for Redland to challenge again in the last. So ball come out again now. Here's Josh Smith. Hot footy around there. Howard just squeezes one out to Cars. Cars can go up the wing. Gross just gets a mid on it, does it well. He'll launch with that left foot, as we know he can. Just overcooks Daniel Smith. There's Scott, leads the race. That was Luke Scott, led Sainsbury to the ball, and we'll have a throw in.
And after Sainsbury's 5-goal opening half, I think he's been really well held by Luke Scott. He's tightened up terrifically on him.
So ball back in. Here's Andrew Smith. They're both trying to hit it to the back, so that's where it should go. Wagner looked like he almost got one high, but no, says the umpire. Godfrey tries to squeeze one out. Here's Howard. Just dinks a kick out. Just reaching up high with Tyler Jones. Now fakes a handball, decides to go himself. He's got Brewer on. Brewer on the outer side wing. He can put the skates on. Gets away from Tickner. The chase keeps coming though. Now Brewer goes inside looking for a target. But I can only find Bushy Copeland, who comes away from defence.
Again, the turnover, well led by Copeland as Holman just gets the kick away. Pettit on the wing, getting lots of instructions from his teammates here on the bench. Kick into the middle. And it's taken there by Wagner. Wagner now wants to go across the other side of the field. Laconically controlled there by Tickner, who then looks for Joyce down the line. Laconic kick in the end, laconic effort in general.
A couple of really poor kicks from both teams there. Brewer going forward, had to do better with that kick, and then Tickner just a bit, as you said, laconic, a bit lazy on the kick, and should have found Joyce, who was in mountains of space, but in the end just put it out of bounds.
We've only played 12.5 minutes of the final term. 25 points the margin, still doable for the Bombers, but they've got to make every post a winner. You've got Hunter against Turner. He gets the tap down. Payne puts himself in for Aspley, tackled into the deck and over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in more or less the same spot, the outer side of the ground.
Still plenty of feeling in this game because the result, the players feel, is still very much up for grabs, even though Aspley hold a good, comfortable, well, we won't say comfortable, a nervous lead at some stage. Salter off to Scott, and he runs it out of bounds, and we'll have another throw in.
So even though both sides have won 10 and played 3, Aspley have got a sizable percentage advantage over Redland as well. 40-odd% they've got above Redland, so this could really help challenge later on when we're talking about final.
So no clear winner of the ruck contest. Hunter tries to come through. There was Joyce underneath there. Turner's there. Brewer just fell on it. He's in trouble for mine. Although it was a free kick for too high.
The umpire was about 80 metres away from the contest.
The Gruel goes down the line, just sat it on the head of Williams. It was cherry right for the picking for Gavin Gross, and he does what should have been done with it and put it out of bounds.
Well, the non-controlling umpire got the whistle in just in time, because I think the controlling umpire also had the whistle to the mouth for the holding the ball, but obviously the high tackle overrules that.
So the throw-in is going to happen at right half forward for the Redland Bombers. They need a real wriggle on here as it is Payne tries to come through, tackled, and again the umpire hugs himself and we'll have it. Ball up. Haven't travelled much distance in the last minute or so. hush over the ground as well. As in that ball up, slapped over the boundary line. Now we have a throw in from around about the same spot.
Actually, both coaches' boxes are very quiet here at the moment, almost eerily silent.
Pouring over the changes, and we're getting reports too that there's some inclement weather that is approaching not only here but Brisbane in the next hour or so. So hopefully the game will be done by then as Brewer goes long inside 50. Hughes at the back. Spoiled there at the front by Hutchinson. The Bombers can pick it up there through Rogerson. Oh, great tackling there. And Aspley will be away again through Payne. He kicks it long down the line. At the back, Toy. Will it bounce for him? Will it sit in? No, it actually goes over the boundary line. Otherwise, he was away. We'll have a throw in at centre wing on the outer side.
I think Godfrey was very happy that went out of bounds because he needed to put a fist on that and put it out of bounds himself. Instead, I think he went for the mark. Ball goes back in to Ruckman. They've been at it all day. Godfrey now gets a handball away. Had the ball pickpocketed, so the ball comes back in, and guess who is on the end of this kick coming in? It's Eddie Sainsbury. The kick came from Matthews and pinpoint, and one would say that this, I think we can put down our glasses if Sainsbury can put it straight and chalk up what would be his 7th goal for the day. Sainsbury comes in, nice balanced approach. It looks good, they go to him because that's 7, the magnificent 7 for Eddie Sainsbury in a commanding display by the small but dominant forward on the ground.
He's been absolutely brilliant today as well.
He's equalled his season high already with still probably 13 or 14 minutes remaining in the game. As I said before, I think Scott has done a much better job on him in this second half, holding him to only 2 goals after half-time. But just the open forward 50 there of Aspley from the stoppage, he just had plenty of space to work into. And just how good he is at reading the ball, he's always going to beat his opponent one-on-one there.
Conversion rate today, 7 goals, 1 as well, so doing beautifully Eddie Sainsbury as Aspley get the contest going as well. Payne, and it went out to Turner, to Stiller, now to Toy, inside 50, out the back. Oh, Sainsbury's going to rove this at the front and dribble it 3 for 8. How about that? From Eddie Sainsbury, he just read that about 20 seconds before everybody else did. Just got to the front of the pack, he knew where it was going to drop. It dropped into his hands and dribbled it through. Nice.
Well, you can just see why he had the chance to play 40-odd AFL games for North Melbourne. He's so clever inside that forward 50. And now season high, 8 goals for him. He's been terrific today.
That puts it to bed for the Aspley Hornets now. So let's see how the Redland Bombers respond. It's still got several games left in the season. They should be able to figure in the finals. It just is a matter of where. Hopefully they'd be able to put the pedal down and play this last part out.
Well, these two sides actually meet again before the regular season ends. So it'll be at Cash Easy Park next meeting. And Redland will be looking to rebound from this loss. Aspley bring the ball away from the stoppage again. It's Toy. Gets it to half forward. Goes up forward there, Stanley. Stanley can load up. He just goes. Starts right and finishes right. So only one behind for Aspley. And they bring it back in. Josh Smith has the ball and gets it on to Cars, and they're away.
He's battled away manfully as Phil Cars as he goes down the outer side to Pfeiffer, who turns, pirouettes and goes long inside 50 looking for Estill. Good spoiling effort there by Robbie Copeland. Ball hits the deck now. Joey Day's got his opponent in a bit of a lock. Now Brewer picks it up, screws it around. Chaney still has read it nicely for the Aspley defence and will be able to relieve some pressure. Takes his time though. He's not in a hurry. He's got Gavin Gross in the opposite pocket, so hits him with the pass. Good lead there from Henry Joyce. Again, pass on, the lead honoured with a good pass to Joyce. Long down the line. It's going to be Hughes versus Passfield, gets the spoil away. The ball hits the deck. Nicely rode by Ryan Holman. Handball inboard to Lucy. Lucy to Nellis now. Nellis under pressure. Scrubs one forward. It's bouncing in Eddie territory. He controls it beautifully at the front. Back to Nellis on the left foot. He puts a 9-iron up towards Jack Stanley. Gets rid of his opponent now. Stanley dives on the ball. Ball will get stuck under, and he'll release it. And Redland should be away through the big fella in Hunter. He threw it over his shoulder to Luke Scott and put it, well, let's put it this way, into dispute. The ball's down the outer side now, and Pfeiffer versus Pettit, and the umpire's called it a free kick to Pfeiffer, who gets the advantage. Plays on, long inside 50, Hughes, good spoiling effort again by Hutchinson, who's battled along as well, and Aspley should be able to get this away. Smooth mover in Hutchinson, handballs it to Thompson. Can he pick it up?
No, he can't, because the ball goes out of bounds, and Michael Price just ran out of air there.
Just needed a gasp.
I was just...
Oh, look, a good run of, again, good several passages of
That's
play,
right.
but, oh dear, you really wish they'd convert sometimes.
Here's Cars, just juggles it to himself, managed to get a handball away. Day just puts one on Brewer. Reeves was wrapped up as well. Thompson for Redland, wrapped up by Payne, and very good work there defensively by Aspley to just not allow any clean ball for Redland in that contest. Here's Payne, just scoops it up and trying to get it into path of advantage of a teammate. And Holman, he won the free kick for too high, comes across quickly to Stiller. Stiller can run, he can go, and he looked at Wagner, but he decided to go further afield. Jones mops it up, got Passfield there, or Passfield, and ends up with Cars, who gets it to Reese. Reese goes inboard and finds Salter, and then Salter gives it to Stephen, and they're away again.
Stephen, will he go inside 50? Does, looking for Zuffa, who was wearing Robbie Copeland like a first stole, who was wrapped around his shoulders, but the umpire actually gave the free kick to Aspley. Play on. No, it's coming back here. It's a free kick to Redland. What's happened here?
Are they bringing the advantage back a long way after it's happened, or is
it
there
would
another
go back
free
to,
kick off the
it
ball?
would go back to Zuffa. I think this
For
one's
the
off the
original
ball
kick.
because the original free kick went to Zuffa, and this one is going, I think, to... Might be to Rogerson.
Yeah.
Ryan Thompson won't get off the ball, so we can't tell. It's going to go to Luke Rogerson, so he's got the free kick 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
And Rogerson coming back off a hamstring injury, I think he's one who's looked a little bit underdone for Redlands today. It's probably been his quietest game of the year, but understandable considering how hard we know it is to come back in off a soft tissue injury.
So he comes in and let's go with the left foot, does Luke Rogerson. Goal umpire does very little work, and that's straight through the middle for the Bombers 13. We've got Aspley 18-7, 115, with Redland 13-5, 83, 32-point margin here at Graham Road.
Well, they've toiled away after half-time, Redland. They've worked hard, but that devastating burst of Aspley has been the absolute difference in this game.
Well, we just seen when Aspley have kicked goals, they've seemed to come much easier than Redlands today. When, as you mentioned, they've got on top and they've really taken advantage of the times when they have had control of the game, whereas Redlands have had to really battle for every opportunity.
They just look like they struggled across half forward to get the ball down deep to where Hughes is in a more consistent basis. Hughes has been good, but probably has been starved of opportunities and clean opportunities to get his way to path forward to the ball.
The one who normally hits up for them, Zuffa, he's been terrifically held by Joey Day.
The ball comes out of the middle once again. It's gone Aspley's way this time. Howard's there, bustled off it. Smith had his kick smothered, or handball smothered, and it was French who gave it away a kick for dangerous play, and goes to Godfrey. Godfrey to Brewer. They look to open it up on the outer side this time. Now it's with Scott. Not sure where to go, Luke Scott. The kick wasn't a great one, but he'll still find Godfrey. Godfrey looking for Passfield. And Pfeiffer comes in to meet it though. Looking for Landry. Landry just punches it. Very wise play. Off to Thompson and up to Salter, approaching half forward.
Running very well was Landry. Ball didn't find him though, picked up nicely by Tickney. He's tackled as he gets a kick away. Distance, well, not much as a result of that. Now it's going to be picked up and kicked inside 50 for Redland. You've got Hughes at the back Aspley with all the numbers. Hutchinson's going to make his way there first. Toes it forward, Gaelic football style. Toes it, then picks it up nicely.
Well, he's a former soccer player, so he got the skills down pat in that region.
Certainly has, as Daniel Smith takes it over. I noticed, what are we up to on Frostel now? Episode 2 of The Recruit. So he's still belting around in there. We learned all sorts of things about Michael Hutchinson on The Recruit in episode 2. As a throw in, goes over the head of Turner. It's a big fella in Smith who gets it forward for Redland. Scott and Wagner does well. Gets the ball out to Toy. Toy over to Stiller. Scrubbing it forward, bounces in front of French and Howard. Howard did well just to tow it forward. Rees takes it in the midst, gives it to Cass. Cass straight down the guts now, chipping ball, and it's a dinky little kick that's easily picked off by Reese Toy.
It is. He was looking for Hughes, the spearhead. Now the ball in the middle. Now it's French. He tried to kick it underground, now gets it back. Now goes over the top to his other fleet-footed partner in Smith, Daniel Smith. The kick wasn't a great one. Just staying down nicely was Eddie Sainsbury. He fumbled it, but it didn't matter because he regathered it and belted through his 9th. That's 3 in this last quarter to match 3 in the first and 3 in the middle half of the game.
But that's twice Sainsbury's just understood the situation. He hasn't flown for the contest. He stayed down, got the loose crumbs and kicked another goal. That's 9 for the game. It's been an incredible performance up forward.
I reckon you're dead right there, Liam. He knows when to put himself in, when to stay out of the contest and rove. And he roves so beautifully in the forward line. Front and centre, he is exceptional at reading the ball.
He's a good poker player. Knows when to hold him, knows when to fold him.
Exactly
knows when to walk away, knows when to run.
And boy, can he run. So 9 goals
And
he's got.
counting his money in the form of goals today, 9 of them.
Beautiful work there, Mark Kanga-Kennedy, as Turner goes up in the ruck, belts it towards Nellis, who's been a little quiet today. Goes back to Godfrey. Godfrey kicks it to the outer side. And that's a nice mark taken by Andrew Scott. He wants to play on, chips it in front of the run of Salter. He gathers it and then's tackled into the ground. The handball was under pressure. Still goes to Cast though, who hooks it back inside 50. Now Hutchinson read it nicely. He put himself in between his opponent and the ball, read it well. Brewer under pressure, scrubs a kick forward. It's going to bounce in Aspley's favour here. The handball's going to come out to Gavin Gross. Gross to Lucy. Lucy over the top to Clinton French. He is away.
French has the Nellis over the top, and Nellis has got a bit of room to move. He goes towards Sainsbury. If he gets there, he dropped what he probably should have taken. He gives it off unselfishly to Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith, he's looking for the storm to come, the rain to come. It bounces. But just to the near side, and 1 point. And we have Josh Smith, who'll bring it back in. And he finds Passfield, and they're away outside of their defensive 50.
Has a bounce, looks to kick. Well, nicely gathered there by the Redland player in Sultan. Now with Scott. Loops a handball over to Brewer, who's tried hard. Gives it back to Cass, who's done likewise. A handball back to Scott. Half volley. Salter under pressure. They're still under pressure from the Aspley tacklers as Cass loops a handball over to Pfeiffer. And you'd have to back him in from here. You would. Darren Pfeiffer, nice finish there. His first goal and a nice bit of polish at the end for the Bombers. 122 plays 89.
Well, just with all the sting out of the game, Darren Pfeiffer under no pressure was able to finish off really nicely there for Redland, and I think they have been much better in this second half. They've certainly given a much greater level of effort after they were belted around in that second quarter.
Absolutely.
A raft of changes. Ball's certainly pinged around for most of the day, so we'll have plenty of tired boys at the end of this game.
It's been a really high-scoring contest, hasn't it? Both sides pushing up there. 33 goals between them for the day.
So good goal kicking. Only 13 behinds and 33 goals. And approaching the end of this game, Rees wraps up his Aspley opponent in the middle of the ground. And we will have another ball up. And it was Austin Lucy on the bottom. He's been more than serviceable once again today. Turner got the tap, not to great advantage. And we'll have another stoppage here by the looks of it. And 29 minutes gone this last quarter here. So it will be A convincing win once again to the Aspley Hornets. As we see the ball go to half forward, here's Nellis. Williams was right there with him. Here's Damien Stephen, was good early in the contest. He was wrapped up there by Wagner. And right in front of us here at the Neefel TV commentary position, we will have a ball up, and this will be the dulcet tones of Michael Price, probably to finish this match off.
Well, free kick has gone against Jed Turner there for shepherding in the ruck contest. So Paul Hunter, battled manfully again today, has Hunter. Gives it back to Brewer. Brewer now sees a lead. He hits Estel with that pass. Wants to receive the 1-2. Estel ignores that and goes longer in the Hughes direction. Gets rid of his opponent. 1 mid. He held off Hutchinson and then stuck the 1 mid out. There's no keeping him out of a game, is there, Cleve Hughes? Hutchinson's done very well the last few entries, but boy, that was a good grab.
Well, you'd say Hutchinson's actually had a pretty decent day, but to have 6 goals kicked on you, I mean, Hughes has made the most of his opportunities, and you'd expect him to go back and slot this one of the simplest kicks he'd expect to find for the year.
So 4 last week for Hughes. He comes in, makes the goal umpire work, but that's 6 today for Cleve Hughes out of 15 goals. Not bad at all. So out of 15 goals. So 28, 128 plays. 15, no, we're going to do that again.
I think they added the goal to the
122 to 15, 595. They added it to Aspley's score instead of Redland.
And
Of course, our Neefel TV scoreboard was up to date, just the one we're looking off.
Exactly right.
And a bit of deja vu because, again, for this round 12 clash between these two sides, Cleve Hughes actually kicked 6 goals, 1 on that day, and he has 6 goals, 1 today. So Hutchison, by my memory, actually played a terrific game. We did cover that on Neefel TV, and Hughes kicked a brace in the last quarter. Probably lower his colours a little bit. Ball back in the middle, it was Holman. Tried to sneak one out. Hunter just swiveled, got it off to Cars. Cars comes out and gives it a nice pass to that man again, Cleve Hughes. And Hughes can actually go for 7. So really, what we've seen is we've seen a battle of the forwards today with Eddie Sansbury and Cleve Hughes, aiming for now 16 goals between them if Hughes can get this as we hear the final siren sound. So it's elementary. Hughes goes 4th and just swings late, and it's 1 behind, so 15 goals between the two key forwards up there, and a good victory here to the Aspley Hornets. And as we see both sides shake hands, we see Aspley 19-8-122 defeating the Redland Bombers 15-6-96. It's a 36-point margin to 26-point margin. My maths is not quite right, but 26 points is still a good margin for the Aspley Hornets, and a convincing display, particularly through the middle part of the game where they really took charge.
Yeah, I think Aspley certainly underlined their premiership credentials here today. When the game was on the line in that second quarter, they were absolutely terrific. Set up a 46-point lead at half-time, but Redlands, although they came back pretty well in the second half, they'd be much happier with that second half performance, weren't able to get it back to anything close. And Aspley did all the work early.
They had a red-hot crack, did Redland. You can't deny their intent, but as we said, that second term, they couldn't do anything to stem the bleeding whatsoever.
Well, they didn't try anything, really.
Well, perhaps they did. Yeah, well, it was obvious to us that there was something needed to happen in the defensive 50, whether they had people dropping back into the hole or actually just playing an extra man back. It didn't happen. They couldn't stem the bleeding. Aspley belted them in that second term. That was the difference. Simple as that. But look, I think Aspley overall just had that slight shade of class. A few more weapons than Redland. So, look, it's going to be a very interesting game tonight in round 17 Neefel. You've got the NT Thunder, who are currently sitting 3rd, just above where Aspley and Redland are, against the Sydney Swans finishing at 2nd. So very interesting tonight.
And of course, if you don't rate the Hawthorn-Sydney clash, you can catch the Neefel game on the Thunder's YouTube channel.
Thunder Vision. For those uninitiated, you'll be able to catch that one. But as we stand in a live ladder, Aspley now sitting 3rd on the ladder. Redland will remain in 5th place. It was a 26-point margin here at Graham Road. Round 17 of Neefel will continue with that game tonight on Thunder Vision But from myself, Mark Kennedy, Michael Price and Liam Dettery, thanks for your company here today, and congratulations once again to the Aspley Hornets on their victory.